I'm pumped to say hello as Clippers to Paul and Kawhi. Come on! Come on! Come on! Get up! Come on, get up! If you're psyched as I am, get up! Yeah!
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I never
All right, you know how we're like No Puppet Network now or something, No Puppet Productions, and we hope someday we will perhaps even add more around us, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We got problems just as it is. But should we ever do something like that, will you promise right here on this day, Thursday, May 2nd, 2024, live to tape, live to videotape, will you, Jake Kemp, promise, solemnly swear that you will recreate that Steve Ballmer speech? Like, let's say we were adding, I don't know, let me give a hypothetical we'd never actually do. Like, remember Julie Dobbs?
Yeah.
What if we were like, we're going to add her? Would you do that I'm pumped speech for?
If I had the words in front of me, I'd do it right now.
Well, we're not ready to do that. We're not adding anyone.
Okay. I'm just
Especially not her.
pumped!
Now pretend you're worth $50 billion and you're doing that.
The best part of going to go see the Mavs play the Clippers is you can't miss it.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Doesn't matter what side of the court you're on. You can find them over there just doing the Frank the Tank. Like.
I told you I would love owner cam for this series.
Yeah.
I want one trained on Cuban, one trained on him.
I was getting annoyed seeing him every time they showed Luka on the bench last night.
Cubes?
Yeah. Because I feel like he's just like, did you guys see the thing the other night or a couple weeks ago where Mark Zuckerberg was somehow associated with like an MMA fighter?
Yeah, he's all ripped now.
Yeah, he does MMA, but he was like a part of a UFC guy's team, and he's like part of the walkout group, and he is in between the fighter and the guy who has the stuff the fighter needs, like water, a towel, his mouth guard. And so the guy's trying to hand it to the fighter, but Zuck's in between, so he's just kind of like putting his hands on it, like as they hand it over. Like, here, oh yeah, I'm part of it.
Unnecessary assembly line.
Yes, that's how I feel when I see Cuban behind the bench sometimes. Is that they're all like dapping each other up, and they go through the wars together, and then Cuban's in the background like, high five.
Hey. Well, top sports news today, besides the whole Mavs win, is as reported here first. Ezekiel Elliott will be changing his number.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were on top of that.
A friend of mine was.
I feel like we talked about it
BL.
before that. Didn't we?
I'd like to take credit.
No, yeah, but I mean our show. Okay, well then it's all
our show, yeah.
Yeah, like right
when
away.
I say
we were
I,
like,
that means all of us.
right away we were like, yeah, this is just a marketing opportunity.
Yeah, so you've already got your 21 Zeke jersey. Guess what? Now you can.
You got to get a 15.
You got to get a 15.
Can I make a prediction?
Please.
That he will have under 4 yards of carry next year, and also
That's the easiest prediction.
I'll take 3.
and
well,
also
under 3.
be top 7 in jersey sales.
Okay, top.
This is a layup.
Okay, so under 3.5.
What about bottom 10 of
yards per attempt on like actual backs?
Yeah, guys who are
Okay.
considered RB1s.
Even twos.
How about our bottom 5?
Bottom 5 of the top 60 running backs by
Yards per carry.
by carry.
Top 5
Yeah.
jersey sales. That's a great one. Write that down, please.
One of my buddies pointed out in the old group chat, boy, he's going to look so fat in that number.
Yeah.
Like the 1.5, that's a skinny man's number. That's like a wide receiver number. You know, maybe you
right,
could be like
CD has a fat number. He should have 11.
he
wanted
probably
11.
should have had the number. What didn't he want?
88 is not a skinny guy number.
2?
Yes.
I think it was 2 in college, and he wanted it, and then Jerry's like, no.
Oh, I thought he wanted 11. Okay.
I think it was 2, but either way,
yeah.
Micah looks great in 11.
Yeah.
He's lean and sleek and
Yeah.
fast. 15. His gut hanging
I know he's
out.
going to have it pulled up over his belly. He's going to feed me and ask out of the game.
So if you're listening today, which most people I think do, you do not know we are actually in our studio with a video show today. Video Man is here, and we are broadcasting. So this is now our temporary, possibly permanent studio home. It's our home away from home, which is really freaky because if you think about it, our home is my home where I live. It's my home. So my home is now going to be like, if this becomes our home, my home will be our home away from home.
Okay,
But it's my home.
Yeah. I got you.
I don't.
Well, how do like 690 remotes and stuff fit in this deal? That's like vacation home?
Yeah.
Like tomorrow in Tyler?
Because those are all like homes we could never dream of being in.
The streak continues. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Oh, that's not a home, though, is it?
No.
Where are we tomorrow? Want to promote? Oh, before you promote, I would like you to promote. Well, go ahead. Let's get your little promotions out of the way. Blake's very good at promoting. I think we're not. The other day, he was like concise, bang, bang, bang. We're going to be at Meat
Church.
Church
Mm-hmm.
in Waxahachie. But when is that? That's not tomorrow.
No, that's next Monday.
All right.
So cure your Cinco de Mayo hangover with us at Meat Church Barbecue in Waxahachie.
Cure. He
Buddy,
said cure, like me.
I like that. I cannot
I didn't
tell
mean
you
to
how
do that.
excited my stepdad was when he found out we were going to be there.
I'm finding out it's a big deal.
Oh, dude, he's like borderline world famous.
Yeah.
Your stepdad is stoked on meat?
He's a dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Hey, we can order some and then take a picture of it and put it on social media and be like, hey, look what I'm about to eat.
Mhm.
Maybe a little meat emoji or something.
I'm going to show people the temperature of my brisket
Oh, that'd be great.
How about the ring?
and then tell you how
And the
long it
bark.
was on the smoker, tell you what time I woke up to put it on the smoker.
Well, that's not tomorrow, though. That's Monday.
Monday.
That's Monday.
Where are we going to be tomorrow?
Tomorrow we are at ETX Brewing in Tyler out in Beast, Texas.
I got offered a Beast Texas shirt,
From,
APEC.
oh,
They
Okay.
started there, so he was like, "Yeah, you want a Beast?" I'm like, "No."
That doesn't sound like it's within 100 miles of the 9/11 Memorial in Grapevine.
it's not,
Okay.
Barely.
but he didn't pay $6.90.
Oh, okay.
I
He
learned-
paid,
I just don't. You don't have to.
He went above and beyond
yeah.
the call,
Maybe there's a Zeke tie-in to how much he paid.
like we will do.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
We're going to go above and beyond
Yeah.
for what?
ETX,
ETX Brewing.
Tyler
Sorry,
will
okay.
be there tomorrow.
You said Beast, and that threw me off. I thought.
So those are good promotions from him. You were about to do something, and now I'm going to redirect you back to that so you don't forget.
Well, I want to introduce our in-studio guest today. If you're on video, all the horn dogs can get fired up because it's a lady. She identifies as a lady.
And bird dogging that.
You identify as a woman? Are you a cis woman?
So many questions. As far as I know, I'm a woman.
This is Julie Dobbs. You may remember
Hi.
her from Stars Sideline. What do we call that? It's not Sideline.
Rinkside reporter.
Rinkside
There you go.
reporter.
Yeah.
What do you think of Leah Hextall?
Oh,
Bag.
no.
You hate
She's
her.
great. She's good.
How you like her
He
bangs?
said
great.
bag.
Oh, my God.
Blake and I both looked at each other like,
She's got a bag.
She's
yeah.
got a bag, or
Yeah.
you would bag
no.
over.
Well,
Oh, sure.
Because that's the other thing guys like to talk about with bags and women, right? Put a bag over her head or whatever if she's not hot.
Oh, do they?
Like if her face isn't good, but her body is.
Okay, no, I would never.
Is that just me?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard it, but
You
I
want to
don't
put a bag over Leah Hextall's head and
I
scissor her.
absolutely do not. But I was trying to figure out your use of the word bag.
We've,
Oh, okay.
we've graduated from Butterface to put a bag over her
Yeah,
head.
baghead.
Kids these days.
Jeez, what have I been? What's wrong with me?
Anyway,
Hey.
1 week ago today,
Jeez.
I was on a radio station in Dallas
Yeah.
called 97.1 The Freak, and it was on Julie's show.
Yeah.
And now like last week, I said, hey, could you be on our show at 1 p.m. or noon? And you're like, I can't. I have my own show. And now this week, all of a sudden, you're like, oh, yeah, I can be there at noon. I'll be
Yeah.
there as long as you want.
Anytime.
So you don't have a show anymore. What happened?
No, no, I don't.
Did I kill the freak?
You might have.
Was I
Dan.
the last guest on the Freak?
You were let's see. You were on Thursday.
Yeah.
You were on our very last show. Yes.
So
I
you
think
woke
you
up Friday
killed-
morning and they're like, hey, guess
You
what?
at least killed the speakeasy.
You will not be working today.
It's pretty funny too. You definitely drilled it, but that I was on Wednesday and you were on Thursday. And then
Listen,
off the air Friday.
we had a feeling. Like I had a feeling. I can't say we. I can't speak for everybody, but I had a feeling. And that's why I was like kind of hustling. Like I wanted, when I heard you were in that day for Bin and Skin, Jake, I was like, why don't you just stay? Like, I want to get you on my show because I don't know if this show's going to exist much longer. And then the same for Dan. I wanted y'all to hop on and have some fun with us while we still could. Because,
Hey, maybe you'd still exist if you had us on a little earlier.
hey, you know I would have loved that.
Okay.
There was a lot going on. You know I would have loved that. And I hoped for that, like, from the beginning. But
I mean, just book us earlier, man.
well, I'm
Jeez.
not.
We would-
We didn't have a producer, Dan.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, maybe we're finding out one of the problems.
yeah. Someone that
Blake's
books,
like, you could have called me.
someone that books guests.
Blake would have loved to leave us.
No,
first
I don't think
opportunity.
so. I think what y'all are doing is amazing. I love it. I love
slow
this,
down.
I love this setup. No.
Yeah, you like the place?
I love the place. I love your home away from home or whatever you said.
It could be our home.
You're gonna live
Wouldn't
here?
wouldn't that be ironic, though, if my actual home was my
He's
home?
going
away from
back
home?
to the bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Blake is annoyed.
So did you say you were telling us before you got on the air, because of this this monumental change in your life,
Yeah.
that for some reason you were complaining, as ladies do,
Yeah.
that someone else retweeted
I wasn't complaining.
a picture of you crying?
Just commenting.
And I was like, well, wait, you're the one who put
Maybe
a
I
picture
was
of yourself
complaining.
crying on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Is
so
that what you did?
I bet she didn't, though.
let's talk through this. 'Cause
How
it
come
just
there's a
happened.
picture of you crying somewhere?
Well, I have cried. I'm not gonna lie and say that I haven't cried. And it is real. And part of the Mom Game, which is the podcast that I've now had with Emily Jones for 4 years, it's survived a lot of things, and I'm so glad I kept it up throughout all of this because obvious reasons.
Survive the pandemic?
Yeah, it's survived a lot. That's why you start your own stuff, right? Like that's why you do your own thing and you own your own S. Can I cuss here?
Fuck no.
I just never want to. I don't know. That's why you own your own shit. That's why you create your own stuff and you.
Oh,
own
you meant
it.
shit by us. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So on that show, we're very real and we're very honest. And I was honest on our show, which we just shot yesterday, about like all of the different emotions or whatever. And that's what that clip has. There's a little bit of, it's like not crying, but like just after cry face.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not like, "Ugh," but I'm like,
That's so hot.
am almost like that. And so I'm like puffy face, red eye.
Kind of a
and,
Zellweger.
yeah.
Beasting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very beasting, but not like pretty beasting.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Zell-
exist.
Nope.
Zellweger has pretty beasting. You don't think so?
I don't, but, I support
I
women.
think she's nailed puff face. Some people
It's a
have.
market that's cornered. It's not like,
So wait, that was a really long story. So you could say that you did tweet out a picture. of
Yeah,
you
and I'm
kind
like
of
not
crying.
ashamed of it.
It's a full video.
You're trying to shame.
Oh, a whole video of you
Yeah.
crying.
No, what I'm explaining is the beginning is the post cry face.
yeah.
And then and then the second little clip is
Yeah, I like pre-cry or like crying in fear. That's really good.
yeah.
But not not after crying.
Okay. Well, next time we post a clip, I'll ask you what you
Signing
want.
an
What
NDA.
type of crying you want me to do? So that's what it was, like a little bit of that, and then the rest was post cry. So it's not like a full on cry clip, but it is like
Okay.
So
Is
my-
Emily just laughing?
No,
You
Emily.
can't believe how funny
No.
this
Lighting
is.
up her victory cigar.
Yeah. I told you it would fail.
Yeah,
I remember her saying it would fail right away.
she never said that.
Mm.
Emily's the best.
Not
man.
to you.
Emily's the best. But yeah, so I was cool with the clip going out is my point, but it's still shocking to like kind of see it go out, and it was like Brad Townsend or someone like that retweets it. I'm like, damn.
Use someone.
Yeah.
It could have been him. It could have been someone else.
Yeah, what if
Can I not
Adam
say that?
Silver sees it?
Yeah.
He's going to.
Everybody from the NBA universe.
I'm saying that it's cool. It's cool. I see. I put him in high regard, so it's not a whatever. It's cool that he retweeted it, but it's shocking a little bit to see it.
I'll say it. Brad Townsend will retweet a female on you.
Will he really?
Doesn't even have to be 18 either.
Is that in his MO?
All right.
I'm glad this is. Blake and I have been sitting on this.
I didn't know he was in that category.
You guys have all these little bits that you can't.
That's
I
not
gotta
my
know if
bit.
I should make this public.
If it comes up,
Not my bit.
but it's just,
Oh, now Blake's backing away.
Yeah, he is.
well, it's tough to hide the receipts. I mean, the retweets and the quote
And
tweet cry emojis.
He and
there.
I are not the only ones that have caught on.
No, it's a popular thing in many boys chats around
So is it
Dallas Fort Worth, I imagine.
just is it like older dudes don't understand what you're liking, or is it retweeting?
I think he does. It's not a doesn't understand type thing. It's that there's like this group of, I would say probably 16 to 21-year-old female Mavs fans that are really, really into the Mavs. And shockingly, they will get a ton of followers from Mavs people. And so they are really into the Mavs. Like, they'll post pictures of them at Mavs ball. They go to games.
Yeah, I see some
They're
of this.
super locked in. And, it's
Young girls.
Yeah.
they're young girls, but I don't.
They'll post selfies on you.
Yeah. And Brad will retweet if, whatever. He'll retweet it with like a cry laugh emoji when it didn't really need that.
It didn't deserve a cry laugh emoji. And cry laugh's like one of the highest order laugh emojis.
Yeah.
Like, that means it made you laugh so hard you cry.
Yeah.
You can't
And-
just be throwing that out there.
Well, maybe that's what you were doing.
irresponsibly.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you're doing with the crying.
I don't know what I was doing, Dan.
You're just emotional.
I don't know, man. I told you before I came in, I'm in a weird place. And it's just like a newfound level of, I know it's going to be okay, but it is a newfound level of anxiety, and that's what makes
Well, you're telling yourself I know it's going to be okay, but you don't actually know that.
Okay.
It might be terrible.
You're right.
I just want to bring you back to reality and have you moving forward.
She's not going to end up homeless, though.
Probably, but
Like you,
yeah, when you're
you would've
a
flamed
nice looking
out-
lady like Julie, you're never going to end up homeless.
What does that mean? I'm not going to sell myself.
You're not going to sell yourself, but let's just say
I'm not gonna
all
do
really
sexual
went
favors.
awry. Then you hook up with a sugar daddy or something. I'm just saying.
I'm married, though. I can't do that.
Well, we're
I canceled myself
in
out
our
of that
playlet
business.
here. You're not married. Something's gone wrong there. The point is, a nice looking lady does not end up homeless. Do you
Yeah.
agree with that? Except for, I guess, that one I texted you about. Or no, I was on the phone with you the other day.
yeah.
There was a real hot homeless girl.
I think
I'm like, Jake, all right. Right when you get on Woodall Rogers, look to the right, under the
No.
bridge. Yeah.
What?
she was gone.
What do you mean hot?
I mean, now we're probably talking homeless hot, but still.
I think if you get addicted to drugs, you could end up.
I've never seen a homeless person I've never seen a homeless hot.
Okay. Well, then that goes back to my other earlier theory that you won't end up hot or homeless because you are hot.
It's also possible she has some marketable skills.
That is possible.
Oh, yeah. And you're really good at stuff.
That is possible, Jake. Thank you.
But I'm just saying at the very end of
The very end.
you're still nice looking.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I don't
I'm
think
just
I'll,
trying to give you a
I
compliment.
don't think I'll end up.
How come
on the
ladies don't want
streets.
compliments anymore? They don't want my hugs?
It's woke.
Yeah. Used to walk in and hug every woman in the office, and they loved it.
You never were a hugger, were you?
It is wild to think about.
Talking
that,
about
like,
the sheriff. Remember that story? There was a sheriff in South Texas
Oh,
somewhere
yeah, he mandated hugs.
who was he got banned from
Mandated front
hugging.
hugs.
And
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, everybody loved my hugs every day. I hugged every woman in the office every day."
Yeah. It was very strange to be. This is like within the last, I would say, 5 to 7 years, seeing people in positions of leadership where we used to work that would just hug female employees.
Yeah,
Thought that was
Because-
so weird.
especially in the last few years, right?
I mean, even
Things are-
before that, I just don't. I could see if it were, and it wasn't always a guy who was 70.
Right. And that's,
Well, I'm trying to think who you're talking about.
well,
Yeah, I don't know.
His position of leadership, I can think of a few huggers, but they were not.
they weren't hugging you.
They weren't.
Damn.
I should feel sad.
Aren't you
now.
sad? Yeah.
I wasn't hot
Too,
enough.
too intimidating.
It was probably just right after I had kids. Cut me some slack.
Yeah, no one wants to hug that.
Yeah, I'm still working off the baby weight.
Yeah.
Damn it! Why was I not hugged?
Well, I'm glad you don't have a job anymore because you're here today.
Thanks.
That allows us to have a slightly better show today. So isn't it all worth it?
Of course.
She loses her salary and her health
Of course.
benefits.
Yeah.
So that we can have a tiny bit of an improvement on one show.
Yeah. I can provide a little bit of background noise for you.
You can only worry about your own house, Dan.
That
That's
was
right.
one of my. I don't mean to just keep talking, but one of the weird bad things when
They never do.
when something like this happens is like everyone comments everything about you, and one that I loved was like she was good as background noise for Dan and Jake. So that's why I just made that joke. I'll just be here for background noise. If y'all want anything specific, just let me know. I can do like animal
on the
noises,
part where she said,
laughter,
where they
clapping.
said she was good. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Tell
trying
me
to
if
do.
you want applause, or I can make any kind of noise, whatever you need.
I bet this didn't really happen with us because it was kind of on our terms, but does it feel like getting like the sort of things people would say about you at your own funeral?
Yeah.
Like everyone's just like, oh, she's so sweet, and here's what I liked about her. Like, you don't get that. I've always been a big fan of the idea that we should do at some point in your life, your birthday should basically be like a funeral.
yeah.
And people actually tell you, maybe they have mean things to say, like some people do at funerals, but mostly they're just like, hey, here's what I think of this guy.
Yeah, it is kind of a waste that everyone says all the nice things about you when you're like under the ground.
Probably because
And
that's
you
the
don't
only
get
way
to hear
that
it.
you can get people to only say nice things about you
That's true.
because there's no recourse or retribution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the human condition.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
I have a couple stories for you guys, and I'm sure we'll talk Julie no jobs.
You like that? Yeah. I don't know. I'm here. I'm existing. I'll do whatever y'all want to do. We can go in whatever order and hang out.
All right.
So-
You like my shirt though?
I love it. I'm very glad.
Yeah, Jake.
We didn't even tell her.
Yeah, Jake texted us. He's like, I'm going to wear a Hawaiian shirt for Julie today. And I already had my Stars shirt on
Oh my
for Julie.
gosh.
I was thinking Julie right when I woke up.
Aw.
Bits.
And yeah, then I also grabbed the Hawaiian shirt and thought, you know what? I'm just going to keep this in the studio.
Nice.
I love that. Yeah, I had
and
a
anytime
moment.
I'm here, I can just fire up the octopus.
And this is the only one I have right now.
Oh, really? I have like 70 of them.
Yeah, but
What'd
I
you do
moved.
with
Want me to
them
bring
all?
a couple?
We moved out of our house.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh.
We're in a
You're
rent
remodeling.
house. Yes. So brief story on that. I have two stories. Guilty as charged today. So we are in a rent house, right by Dan's house.
Oh, that's so
Like-
cute.
Yeah, it really is. We live down the street, like in the back, but it wasn't like intentional. And people have asked me that. It really is. There's a scarcity of rent houses for a 3-month term in the suburbs.
Yeah, I imagine that'd be hard to find.
It's pretty hard to find, and when you do find it, they charge you a buttload.
Right.
Because a lot of times that's being paid for by a corporate like relocation, like, oh, I'm in town to work here for 3 months, or my house burned down and an insurance company will pay for it.
Right.
We're not in either one of those categories. So we're paying an exorbitant amount of money, more than our mortgage,
Oh
like
my
by a good margin. And yesterday we had a big business meeting power lunch, and I was going to go get in the shower. It was like 10:15. I'd kind of timed things out to where I could leave on time, leave myself some space. So I go to the bathroom and I turn on the shower, and the shower gives me no water. I'm like, okay, is this thing clogged? The sink's off. The water's off. It, pretty quick
Nothing
to
out of the
figure
shower head.
Nothing out of the sink.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I would think, because I know what you're paying in rent, that would be
Oh, well,
You
quite
think it
bothersome.
would come with water?
stick around,
Yeah.
because then probably, I don't know, 45 minutes later when I was getting ready to leave, the power went off. And then last night so I'll tell you what I know about those two things first. I was steamed, to put it lightly, because I'm like, dude, we're getting absolutely bent over on this.
Are we talking first of the month bills and they
So-
didn't pay or something?
So that's what I thought at first. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, if we're paying you this much for this house, at least just keep the utilities on. The lady's been a little bit tough to get a hold of, but it's been fine, whatever. We haven't needed much. So wife gets a hold of her, and the lady's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going through a divorce, and the rent house is in my name, but all the utilities are in my husband's name, and I guess he's just been shutting off the accounts.
Sounds like not your problem.
I know, but I'm a little more sympathetic than get up, crackhead.
It now is your problem, though.
It is my problem.
Yeah.
So the lady's super apologetic. The problem is she can't just pay the bill. She has to have that account transferred into her name and then pay the bill.
Yeah.
So the water came back on at about 6. The power came back on at about 5. So then I'm sitting there last night watching the Mavs game, and with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the internet goes.
Oh, my God.
And you don't have DirecTV. You have.
Yeah, I mean, I was able
Streaming.
to just hotspot it to my
But
my
still,
phone. Yeah.
you can watch on your phone, but streaming on the big TV, that's.
I watch a lot of games on my computer, and I was able to just, do it on the computer, but it's not optimal.
Yeah.
So this morning,
You can
we're
walk
like,
over,
it was like,
You live that close to
There
me.
were 4 minutes left in the game.
I wasn't awake.
It wasn't much of a game at that point.
Yeah,
for
you
me.
didn't get to see Jaden Hardy take over?
I did. I just saw it on a very tiny, or actually very large phone screen.
That's right. It was like your. It was like your. TV
It was like
at
your
home.
TV,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, I mounted my phone. So this morning, I'm like, listen, when you call her today, be like, is there anything else we need to know about?
Yeah. What
Like,
other
is the
thing will
trash
shut
going to
off?
stop coming to the house?
That's right. If you don't pay the city, what? Well, that's water.
I know, but most cities have waste and water.
Yeah. So I wonder if you just don't pay your city, do they also not pick up your trash? Like, does the
I bet not.
garbage man have a
Yeah.
little list of?
There's no way they know.
I think
They just got to go down the street and pick up everything.
That's what I
Yeah.
would think.
Well, so
You should
there are
test
some
that.
places that have
it's
it
just
set.
like built in.
There are some
Why would we
places
pay
that do
for
it
that?
separately. Like you actually pay a separate waste management company.
Okay.
They would.
I'm pretty
definitely
sure
know.
the city of Southlake though.
They do.
It's together
Yeah. So maybe I don't know. Fortunately, I
because
won't
they
have
don't
to
want
find
woke
out.
trash.
Woke trash.
Woke trash
Got
pickup.
my Noam Chomsky.
They have
books.
Patriot trash is picking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's been a fun adventure.
Patriot trash.
Speaking of that, I told you guys the other day we were having a phone call after the show, and I had just pulled up to the rec center / library in Grapevine.
Voting.
Yeah. And so I've told you guys before that when I go to vote in like the local elections, people don't really mess with you too much for like, hey, Democratic primary or even the presidential election. I mean, it just seems like nobody really messes with you at those. There's a ton of signs, but nobody messes with you. But the last 2 times I went to vote in a local election, it was like city council and school board. I got bombarded by people. And they were old.
Trying to get you to their side.
Yeah, there was a guy who was probably 65. He was decked out in all the, MAGA stuff. And he wanted to engage, and I matched him at the beginning, and then he got frustrated, and then it turned into a pretty protracted argument. And he's like,
What do you mean you matched him?
he's like,
Jake is a political science major.
So you
No, but I
were
don't
you were
know
like
anything
going
anymore.
kind of arguing back and forth
just
with
at the
him?
beginning, he's kind of cordial, and then when I gave him my cordial version of no,
Uh-huh.
he was like, well, why? And I'm like, well, here's why.
You had an
You
answer
actually
for
had-
And now
everything.
it's time to talk about why. And
Yeah.
he's like, aren't you worried about critical race theory? And I'm like, you don't even know what the fuck that is. I was like, you just heard that on television. And he's like, I'll explain it to you. And he started, and I was like, that's wrong. Whatever. This went on for probably 5 minutes.
I'd like to see that someday.
But as I
I know.
told you guys a
interesting.
couple of weeks
Just to
ago,
rewind the clock a little to get teed up Jake.
and it was like
just once.
it was like 9:00 in the morning on a Saturday.
You had time.
Yeah, I had time.
Yeah, you had time today.
So I told you guys a couple weeks ago that I got pulled over for not having my registration sticker on. Like I got it done and didn't put it on. I'm a dummy. And the guy was very friendly.
Very young.
He was very, very young. He was probably in his mid to late 20s.
Was he hot?
He maybe a cop hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uniform makes them hotter.
Yeah. And I was, for the first time in a long time, just extremely compliant and cordial. He asked me where I was going. I told him, coming from
For
dropping
the
my
first time in a long time.
Yeah, because usually it's like, I don't have to answer that question.
Yeah, Jake knows all the amendments and the rules. And
But I only know him because there's people, that'll, if you look around on Twitter, that you can find out exactly what to do during
he
the
knows
traffic
his
stop.
constitutional rights.
Yeah, and they don't like that, but they really can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Except give you that ticket for sure.
Yeah, but I hadn't been pulled over in a really long time, so either I was at a practice or I just am a changed person. So you need to know that before I play you this. So this is from, and the audio's a little shaky because I'm outside, I'm on a phone, and it's windy.
Is this voting day?
Yeah.
So, are you going to vote? Yes.
So you get that? Can you hear it all?
Are you going to vote?
Yeah.
So, are you going to vote? Yes. You going to vote for? Yeah. Awesome. You getting your vote?
What's up?
So, are we getting your vote?
You are not.
Okay.
No.
That's all right.
No, it's okay. So we're good there,
Are
right?
we getting your vote? You're
no.
not.
And he says that's all right. Now,
So you knew what was coming.
yeah, they have the shirts on.
Okay, and he's
Of
approaching
what?
you.
What is this? School board?
Yeah, there's 2 school board positions because the Grapevine Colleyville School Board, the South Lake School Board, it's a mess.
So one is like Patriot.
Yeah,
Whatever.
a lot of them are, as you're about to hear, funded by Patriot Mobile, which is a far-right Christian extremist cell phone company, which for some reason exists.
Totally necessary.
It's a front for political contributions. They use Verizon's network. It's not like they have a tower,
Yeah.
So they've been just obliterating like people who were teachers for a long time and principals for a long time, and now they're 65 and they're on the school board. Like they're career educators, and they actually will have little battles to see who's far enough to the right.
I was going to say, for some reason, too, they're attacking their own sometimes, right?
Yeah.
It's real conservative people that you thought were real conservative. They're like, oh, no, you're
Not enough.
You suck.
Not enough. So the guy, we could have ended it here with "you are not." He's like, "All right, that's cool."
Okay.
No,
That's all right.
no, it's all good. I think the whole extremist Christian cell phone company funding candidates thing was probably like the breaking point for me. You know?
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. You too.
Identify with some other things, though?
So do you hear what he said there?
What?
Do you identify with some other things though? So now he's trying to see like, well, maybe if you look at the
We got to
platform
have some common ground.
and see
Yeah.
past that issue, there's some things which, trust me, there aren't.
Identify with some other things, though?
That was a pretty big turnoff, so that might have been the deal breaker. But appreciate you guys.
That was nice, Jake.
Fairly cordial.
Yeah.
That was cordial.
Yeah. So I went in and I voted, and then when I got done voting, I went over to the rec center. They're connected. A little jog, a little sauna, and probably taking a lead from Dan. There are 3 options for the locker room at that rec. There's the men's, there's the women's, and there's the family. Now, the family might sound creepy, but what it really is it's a locker room where they have 4 on one side, 4 on the other of like individual changing rooms. So you can go in there, lock the door, and you have like space to
Yeah.
change and do whatever.
I would absolutely go there.
I do it every time. Like you have room. There's a toilet in the room.
The family restroom is the best thing, like in a movie theater.
Oh yeah,
You're not supposed to use it though. It's
I
not your
don't.
family.
I don't. But this
The worst thing is when you walk out and there's like a lady there with her 2 kids.
Yeah. And she's
One
just
diaper,
glaring at you.
Poo falling out of the diaper.
Right.
And it's like,
She
hey.
really needed the space.
people look at me a little bit funny, but I know someone that works there, and they're like, "Dude, I do it."
Yeah.
Like it's a nice space, but you do still have lockers on the outside of the changing rooms. So I put my stuff in the locker. I'm going to go run. You got to enter a code, right? A 4-digit code.
Mhm.
They make you enter it twice. So I turn the lock.
6969.
Of course. I didn't even have to ask. So I did that, and I finished my workout, and I went back in there, and I couldn't get the locker to open.
Oh, so now you have to go to the front desk
I was like,
and kind of tell on yourself.
like,
But
I'm
you're
in-
you're
I'm
hoping
in-
to find your buddy.
Yeah, I'm
Who
in the
admitted that he
family.
uses
Yeah.
Oh, you're in the family?
yeah. So I had to go.
Yeah, well, where's
and
your
it was
daughter?
and it was a probably early 20s,
In the car.
early 20s female.
Yeah, I left the.
She had to follow me back to the family changing room, and she's like, "Well, let's try the code that you have first."
Oh, now you have to tell her 6969?
I was like, yeah," and she's like,
You
"Yeah,
should have
let's-
lied there.
She's like, "Let's see. We need to see if it's like malfunctioning."
My dad's birthday, June
So
9th,
maybe I can-
1969.
I was like, "It's code 696." She's like, "Okay, it's not working."
Yeah, but Dan, you've seen a movie. How it starts like that, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen this movie for
Next
sure.
thing you know, we were
then she walked
a
over
family
and
changing
she
room.
locked the door.
Yeah. So then she opened it with her manual code, and I sheepishly had to walk back by the front desk where she works after I had changed.
That's embarrassing.
That's good stuff.
That was a tough day.
So what did you learn? To not use the family bathroom or not use that code?
Honestly, I don't even think you have to lock your stuff up. I don't take a wallet in there. Was somebody going to steal my car? I keep my phone and my headphones on me. It's just a towel and like flip-flops, or a towel and an extra shirt.
Or your keys. They
They
could steal your car. Yes, if you grab someone's keys now, you just walk through the parking lot and.
I'm just trying to
have to hit the
imagine
button.
this scenario, because you can shut it and it looks closed. It just doesn't lock. So
Yeah.
somebody's going to like go through every open locker. Be like, oh, there's keys in this towel.
Yeah.
I'll take my chances.
No, you don't have to remember a code. There you go.
I wouldn't have to remember it because there's only one code, but
You're going to stick with it despite the embarrassment?
one strike is not enough.
You should have been watching her to see what the master code is.
Honestly, I was kind of at first, and then I felt like she kind of side-eyed me,
Yeah.
and I turned away like you do when someone's getting money at the ATM.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to look. I don't want to look.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to look.
Yeah.
Or when you're a woman in a Cowboys locker room and the guys are changing, it's that same look away. Like, I'm not trying to. I'm just here.
Yeah,
just
you know what?
working.
We've never talked about that. I've always thought that's weird just being a dude.
Yeah, it's real
And
weird.
seeing dong hanging out.
Yeah.
But if it's you, especially like young you too, right?
Yeah. Young
You're not
me
really-
It was my first job out of college.
Didn't T.O. hit on you?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Was he wearing a towel?
Yeah. I mean, it was more of a long. It
Well,
wasn't
I
just
know
a
it's
one.
long. I would think it's long.
Oh dear.
Yeah, when you look at T.O., I'm like, yeah,
I never saw that.
you guys got a rope.
See, before she becomes homeless, she always has T.O. to fall back on.
That's right.
I don't think he'd remember.
I'm not sure there's much to fall back on there these days, but
Yeah.
you could try.
I'm sure he's got an apartment.
Last I saw, did y'all see the video of him that surfaced where he's like really mad at some Karen that lived in his development in LA?
That sounds vaguely familiar, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's doing very well. But no, yeah, it was an interesting time period being thrown into the workforce and into the Cowboys locker room. But,
You know, I personally know two Karens who are great. Like their name is Karen,
Well,
yeah,
I don't.
and they're really bothered by this
I would be too.
phenomenon.
I had a friend's mom growing up she didn't know it yet, but she was a Karen, and her name was Karen.
Oh, maybe she's.
But as
the
I think
Karen
back
that
on it,
Karen was named after.
she might be patient zero.
Yeah, she's the one. That's how it all began.
Oh, we got to promote one more thing.
I was not going to force you into it, but I was waiting.
The Raymond thing?
Yeah, at the beginning we were doing
But then we had to do
promotion stuff.
Julie. Oh, is that what you were trying to push me into later?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah,
They've
Raymond,
lost it. They've lost their chemistry.
E6 Sportswear. Raymond wanted us to promote that they have new shirts up on the site, and I guess they're like kind of state-based.
Yeah, we got listeners all over.
Yeah, so you could buy your Texas shirt with the Dumb Zone logo in it.
That's pretty badass, actually.
And
That's
he's
very cool.
He's got like a big contest going on as well. So if you buy a shirt, you could win $690, he claims. So go to the website. We'll put the website in the show notes. But what is it, Blake? Because I don't know it.
The website?
It's dumbzonemerch.com.
No, what is it? Like just life. But yes, I'm talking about the website. What else would I say?
I don't know. It's up there on your screen, E6 Sportswear.
How many people are listening compared to watching?
Don't you miss it?
Most people
I
are
do.
listening.
Dumbzonemerch.com. That'll redirect
That's
you
it?
right to the store.
That's all I
Dumbzone
was asking. We could have
How
just
about
been
that?
done with this
Blake,
10 minutes
merch
ago.
is short for merchandise.
I didn't know we had dumbzonemerch.com.
We do.
How about that?
Oh, we do.
How about that?
This is fun.
Yeah, that is great.
Oh, look at these states.
Did you just
Can you
did
name 'em
just
all?
cover that up, or did you just put one on the other side?
No, look, one side is this.
Okay. Julie has a, like all women do, a 128-ounce Stanley Cup
Yeah.
that was probably $95.
It wasn't $95. Like, I don't know, maybe 30.
So it's a freak cup.
Bullshit.
And now it's a
Oh,
freak slash.
That was not $30.
What was it? Maybe
Thumbs up
40?
cup.
I have one.
I would say between 40 and 50. They're great
It
cups.
costs way too much for a cup, though. let's
Not
be
if
honest.
I use it every single day.
They're
It's
elite
amazing.
cups. I will give you that.
They're elite. I have a freak sticker, and now the freak's dead. But even before the freak was dead, I had my Dumb Zone sticker on the other side.
Lovely.
So I
Isn't
was
that
just
great?
drinking it, and I just made a point to turn it around. Now I need to rip this bad boy off.
No, you don't need to do that.
Well, the freak is dead.
You can have memories.
Yeah, it's a collector's item.
I mean, I still have.
You're wearing a Hang Zone shirt.
I
Yeah,
actually,
but this is like the second, the reincarnation of the hang.
Yeah, but the Hang Zone's dead.
legally, I actually still
I know.
have.
It's
my,
been legally killed.
my Ford Explorer wrapped like the ticket Hummer from the 90s.
Yeah.
Your Ford Explorer?
Yeah, I have it wrapped.
All right.
I mean, just because I don't work there anymore.
It's time for the sports
Still have memories.
portion of today's program. What do you got, Julie? You said you were prepared with tons of sports.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking I'd lead this segment because I've watched everything and been super locked in, and my brain's in a great spot. To
She's like,
retain
I haven't seen a
information."
thing. I don't know what's going on.
Kelly
So we're here
Does
to tell
Kelly
you.
still watch the Stars very closely?
No.
He doesn't?
No. He's been
Julie's husband was the
Yeah.
former video coach for the Stars.
Yeah, for 14 years he worked
Yeah.
for them. This is his first
Taught everyone
year.
how to watch video.
It was a lot more than that. He was a coach.
Well, I mean, you're a coach. You're coaching how to do video.
He used the video as his form of coaching.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's his first season not doing that.
I applied for their audio coach, and they never responded.
How would that look? What would audio coach?
I don't know. But anyway, let's talk Mavs.
Yeah.
Right? That's our big sports topic of the day besides
I just thought it was interesting if somebody works somewhere for that long, if you just leave, what's your relationship to the former job?
It's weird. It makes him have weird feelings to watch, but he's happy for them. And he actually went to the game last night. He was invited by like a random golf friend and went. I was like, really? You could have gone probably if you just asked for tickets. But he went to the game.
It would be weird to ask for tickets.
Yeah, I think it would be weird. So we haven't gone, but we did watch. I've been following. I'm still, we're still Stars fans. I can talk hockey with y'all. I just haven't been as locked in as I used to be when we did a show together. So that's the only reason I said that to you. But yeah,
Okay.
let's talk sports, DFW. Let's do it.
What a night.
Yeah, last night was awesome.
It was. It synced up almost perfectly.
hmm
Like, it was great. If you wanted to watch both live, which I did, with some brief like bath time breaks, try to time those around intermissions, and
Mm-hmm.
but it was perfect. It was like 6 straight hours of
It's a lot.
dominant Dallas sports.
I started the Stars game behind at maybe like 7:45 or 8 o'clock, and I was able to skip through every intermission, commercial break, and I caught up with the Mavs game with about 4 minutes left. I mean, I timed it perfectly.
Nice.
So you didn't watch a commercial all night.
No.
That is good.
Yesterday, I had a couple of people, Mavs type people, who were preparing me for, hey, he's just not right. Like, this is bad.
Luka.
Yeah, with all the things piling up.
Well, going into a pivotal Game 5.
It was
going
so
into that.
pivotal, Kevin Harlan and Jamal Crawford. But everyone that I talked to about that,
82% of the time, a team wins a Game 5.
he's
they go on
so
to win
he's
the
so
series.
great.
And
though.
they did the same thing during the Stars game. I think 79%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to tell
Win
you
the series.
pivotal.
Yeah. He is good. I like Kevin Harlan.
Everyone that I had that conversation with Luka about, we were like, okay, well, he's either going to be complete butt tonight and miss everything and look slow, or somehow he's going to have like one of the best playoff games of his career. It's hard to imagine anything in between, and he went with the latter. And he looked so slow at the beginning. Looked like he was laboring.
Have you ever seen like really terrible Luka though? I'm trying to think.
I mean, if
You've
he-
seen like the other day he was getting criticized. He was 29, 10 and 10 or 29, 9 and 9. Like
I guess it just
like Paul George will throw a shitty game out on you.
yeah, you're right.
Like
I mean,
Luka never has those.
No.
no,
You see tired Luka, I guess, sometimes. Or like, in his like, I don't want to say fat Luka phase, because I wasn't a fan of fat Luka, but there was a phase where maybe he was a little bit slower.
But even at the start of the series, like he just looked bloated.
Yeah.
He just didn't look good.
He
So the
can't
sick thing
work
makes
out.
sense.
So he had
At
a
all.
cold.
yeah, and I have a little bit of audio on that. But right out of the gate, it's Kyrie's show, like we talked about the other day. Like, all right, they're going to have to do something to help Luka out here.
He was very intentionally taking over, although he wasn't scoring a ton. What do you have, 4, 6 after the first quarter?
Yeah, he was getting people
even in the whole first half. Yeah,
it was awesome to see. Like, there was possessions where Luka didn't touch the ball.
Yeah, but
first
usually
quarter,
in the beginning of
happened.
games, Kyrie is kind of hanging back.
Yeah.
And this time, it's kind of like they talked, or even what they were all talking about after the game the other day. Like, Luka felt bad that he wasn't there for Kyrie, and Kyrie is like, yeah, I need to read that room a little bit better and assert myself.
And I guess that's what happened.
They're the best of friends.
It looked like it on that failed 2-on-1 last night.
Yeah.
That Kyrie then scrambled for and got a Derrick Jones. I think it was Derrick Jones dunk. Watching them come off the floor together looked like a couple of old haggard buddy cops.
How about Derrick Jones?
Frisco zone?
Just saying.
I don't know that.
Oh, he's been great, man.
I really don't like juniors, but I like the Mavs juniors very much right now.
Well, one of them's not playing at all.
And it's probably a good thing.
It probably is a good thing.
One of the juniors. Yeah, the juniors who are playing, though.
Yeah.
I've really fallen in love with. And, I mean, obviously, I don't know if this is a championship run. If it is, that's sweet. Might even have a couple bucks on that. I don't know. I'm sure you do, right?
PJ's. Yeah.
PJ Washington is the other one that's a junior.
And he's from Dallas.
Currently playing. Okay.
That's what I was mixing up. Yeah. No, Derrick Jones Jr. is a freaking spark plug.
Yeah.
And he can actually put it on the floor a little bit if he has to, which is great as Reggie and Dorian were. That wasn't happening.
Playing a little defense.
Oh, a lot of defense.
Yeah.
He was all over Harden.
Yeah.
That was great to see. And, they didn't. I thought it was interesting, too, that they went to Lively more and played him with Maxey at times.
They went to Lively more, yes, because heading into this game, Kidd was like kind of sticking with his bit of, we're going to give Harden all the floaters he wants. We want to make sure he's not hitting threes. And
the flip side of that is that they wanted to have Maxey out there to stretch the floor for Luka and Kyrie as the only big.
So if Maxey is shooting like that, that's going to be very effective.
I think we said this the other day after one of their losses. It might have been game 1 when I was like, Maxey was not good yesterday. And I think Blake said, I don't think Maxey's good, period, anymore. And all my thought was, which we both said, was, but there's going to be a game where he hits just a ton of threes out of nowhere, and it will swing the game like it did it against Utah 3 years ago.
Yeah, game 1 was rough. Like, he wasn't even standing in the right spots.
Yeah.
There was a fast break where he just stood in the way of Luka, and Luka got very upset with him.
Yeah.
But, if he hits 5 threes, and I think his lone miss hit the side of the backboard.
Yeah, that's weird when that happens, It's that off. So he hit 4 threes, like all in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And at that time, did I hear Kevin Harlan say the other Mavs were 1 of 21 for threes at that time?
And I think so there was one might have been PJ.
But they're still winning, like, whatever.
Which is
Derrick Jones.
Derrick Jones. Yeah, that's right. But every other, Luka couldn't buy one until.
But then just
late the third.
Yes, all the options that they seem to have right now. You might get a Gafford lob dunk or a Lively lob dunk or
you might get a Gafford or rough.
That's good isn't it great though for Maxey to see a game like that? And didn't he finish with more than Kyrie point totals? I think he had like one more point than Kyrie did. Maxey in a playoff game against the Clippers in the first round. And a lot of people were like Blake throughout the season and kind of wanted him out of the lineup, like didn't want him even playing. But he hung tough because he was in there helping out defensively, right? Even when he couldn't buy a shot. And now to see him helping the team win games when Luka might be a little off or sick or whatever, I just love the way the team is kind of showing that they have Luka's back. And it doesn't have to be Luka. It doesn't have to be Kyrie. And that's what you need in the playoffs if it's going to be a long run. And that's what we're seeing. It's awesome because we didn't know, especially after game 1, if the Mavs were going to be versatile enough, I guess, to win this series. So it's exciting.
They can win in different ways.
Yeah.
It was brought to my attention that perhaps Maxey's balling out so hard because all the we were talking about this before you got here, Dan. The NBA, the WNBA is kind of getting like hot.
They're having a moment.
They are. No.
It's going to be more than a moment.
I don't just mean popular.
What do you mean? Oh,
I mean, like
because of your hot lady
Cameron-
that's entering, yeah.
so the four members of the LA team were
Wings
on
hat I'm wearing today.
Oh.
at midcourt before the game yesterday. Like they're like hot now.
Four
Okay.
of them were hot? 4 for 4?
Yeah,
Damn.
and there was put forth to me. Maybe Maxie was like, "All right,
Showing off. Is he single?
I think so."
Nice.
Um,
Can you imagine those babies?
I would, yes, you would commit your number one draft choice to them in 20, whatever, 40.
Yeah.
The other
40.
Maxie note, did you enjoy people saying that? I didn't even check this, but it can't be true. But somebody put out there that Dirk's not even the leader in made playoff threes from Würzburg, Germany.
Is that true?
Wow.
He wasn't shooting a ton of threes. He was drilling them for that era. But
Right.
that's
It's possible. But there's no way to find out. That's
Nope.
the problem. I was concerned early when Kidd loses a challenge.
that was a weird challenge too. I didn't think that had a prayer.
Yeah. The lively elbow on Harden. And Harden, I think they were trying to send a message. Hey, this guy just keeps yanking his head back to
Kyrie
get these
did
fouls.
it again last night.
Yeah. But then that, I guess, allowed you couldn't get Kyrie. The Kyrie play where he's diving for the ball and he got called for a foul even though he was the first to touch it.
That would have been overturned.
That would have been overturned. But I never know what to do. I guess the point is, yes, if it's real egregious and you really know you're going to win, do it early. But if it's 50-50, now it didn't end up mattering. By the time Kyrie is diving for the ball, they're probably up 10 or 15, and then that third quarter, they just kind of went nuts.
As a general rule, I would never challenge a play in the first half.
Never.
Mm-mm.
I mean, what if it's real, so just in case?
I mean, the game, unless the game is already getting out of hand on you, but if it's usually games in the first half
Is there a time when it goes to just automatic? Or never? You always, is there 30 seconds left in the game? You have to have that challenge in your pocket?
I can't remember. It might be
Okay.
the last 2 minutes, but
Like in the NFL?
yet again, there's no way to find out.
No. That's why I'm asking you. So at the end of that third, so the Mavs had an unbelievable third quarter. That's where they won the game for sure, right? I mean, what were they up at half? 10?
I think that's
Not that much?
right. 56-46, yeah.
Okay, so then by the third, and they go on a huge run. They're up 23. They're up. Luka had a 9-0 run on his own. Another Luka stat. We love Luka stats. They put it up on the screen. Third fewest games to 1,000 playoff points.
I love when I see stuff like that because I know that the rest of the country, or the basketball country anyways, is watching.
And you can always name the two people. If he's third in something, you can name the two, right?
Wilton, Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. But so now here we're at the end of the third. So the Clippers are still, the Mavs are up like 15 at this point still, Blake, with the audio you turned me on to.
I thought it was more than that.
Okay, they're up by a
Yeah.
ton. Anyway, Clippers have a little mini run going, pretty small, but here, let's hear the audio because we like to talk about momentum here, and they do on the game too.
And sets up with the shot clock at 9 and a 3. Another one! George sinks 2 in a row from distance.
Now here comes the biggest stop here for the Clippers. If they can get a stop and score at the other end, have a little momentum going into that fourth.
9-2 Clipper run. There's a difference of 7 seconds. Game clock and shot clock. Winding down the third. Tucker is in there again on Doncic. They'll double him with Westbrook. In the corner. Green 3 hit by Plumlee. It goes down. Plumlee the foul. Could be a 4-point play.
This is huge here.
Josh Green puts it in.
And you've got to run to the side of him if you're Mason Plumlee here. You got to know time, score.
He's got a little bit of slop voice, doesn't he?
Reggie?
You got to know time, score. Your team is on a roll right here. You were on a 9-2. And then you foul here Josh Green, sending him to the line for a potential 4-point play. Talk about a momentum kill.
Green at the line, 7 of 8 this series, and hits one right there. You're right. The momentum was definitely making a turn.
It turns.
They got it back, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the talk about.
I mean, they
Talk
started
about.
with.
That was the slop. It was the
Yeah.
slop tea.
They didn't really have momentum at the beginning, right? He said if they can get a stop
That's a good point.
and get another bucket, then
They
you've
would
got
have.
some
They
momentum.
would have won the game.
They probably would have won the game because they would have momentum at that point.
And at
There's
that
no way
point,
to
you
come
also
back.
have momentum in the series.
Right. Because then you'd be up 3 games to 2.
80%.
You go to sleep with it. You take it home. You cuddle with it.
Yes.
You wake up. You have breakfast with it.
Dirk, way more playoff threes.
Really?
Yeah. Dirk 149, Maxey 56.
No. Single game.
Okay, yeah. Maxey hit 8 against Utah.
Oh, then I don't know what I saw. But that's crazy. It's even that close. What was the total?
Dirk,
He has
basically
140
tripled.
more, or 100 more.
149.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a terrible tweet.
Yeah.
And that's why you shouldn't go look things up, Blake.
That's why we're running and
I
gunning.
should have just let it.
Yeah, it was a
Let it
lot
be.
better when you just say it and we don't follow up on it.
Don't fact check.
You know what? I was even thinking that about when I was telling you that I listened to the whole Rogan Akash thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about Rogan and what people say about Rogan and everything. I guess he had like, who's the big right wing guy
Tucker Carlson.
that got fired? Yeah, he had Tucker Carlson on. And then I told you Rogan's show seems to be he just wants to do Rogan stuff, but then he's got someone else in there to listen and nod to him. And that's what Akash's role was for like the first hour. And then he was like, oh, man, you know the CIA actually did this with Richard Nixon and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, Akash's like, I don't know. And he goes, here, let me play this audio for you. And it's Tucker Carlson, laying out how the CIA is the one that got rid of, I don't know. I don't even remember. And then at the end of the clip, Rogan's like, I mean, I didn't really look it up or anything. And I think it's probably, he said it. So
he
it's
does that
probably
a lot.
true. Like he's
he
like,
got-
I'm not going to look it up.
That's how a lot of stuff, a lot of people got COVID.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I'm going to congratulate myself. It was not a bad tweet because it is technically true.
What is it?
Maxey has made eight threes that one time, and he made 5 last night. Dirk, career high 5 in a game. So it is true that Dirk does not hold the record
For career high Mavs threes in a game.
In a game, yeah, he made
By
5.
a player from
the most
Wordford.
he ever made was 5, which is what Maxey did last night.
Yeah, he's laughing at Dirk.
And Maxey made 8 once, but that's the only other one higher.
So Maxey just needs 20 more of those games.
Yeah, he's right there.
And he'll be right there with
Yeah.
Right there. I mean, heck, he's got 13 more this year.
Any other Mavs stuff, audio, anything
Is that
you
right?
want to do?
13 more
What?
Mavs games this year.
Oh, I hope.
I could play the NBA TNT clip that was going around. So Blake doesn't care anymore. He's checked out. It's not really Dan's bit.
What?
I'm pretty into it, but not near as into it as the real like hip hop heads. But the Drake and Kendrick Lamar situation,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I told you I'm aware of it.
I can.
This is Euphoria, the song that
It's
dropped.
It's been going on for a month.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar, probably my favorite, if not ever, certainly currently. Drake, can't stand him. I've never liked him. Just don't get it at all. And the song that Kendrick Lamar just put out it's pretty personal. It gets quite a bit beyond what your normal rap beef track does. So I thought it was odd that coming back from break at halftime, that's what they chose as their soundtrack.
Mavs led by 8. Clippers went 9-2 to cut it to 1. Mavs go 13-2, and Kyrie goes to Daniel Gafford up top. 10-point lead for the visitors in a game 5 that will give some.
Talking about the mix? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bad. The mix is really bad.
It's too much.
It's almost like they left the track loud to make sure you knew what they were playing.
Yeah.
That will give somebody the series lead before it goes back to Dallas for game 6. American Express halftime report. Studio J here in Atlanta. Ernie Johnson. Got the Chucks.
Again, I cannot explain to you how scathing this song is. Like, it's basically like wrecking somebody's career, telling secrets they don't want out there, talking about basically murder, and then it's just the crew.
It's
Jay here
Ernie
Atlanta.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Got the Chuckster, you got the Jet, you got Shaq.
Y'all putting us in the middle of the rap beef, man. Come on, man.
Euphoria in the
You got the
What'll you for?
So Ernie has no idea what's going on.
I think he does. Ernie's around, but
All right.
he might not know the ins and outs, but you can hear him go a little euphoria.
Euphoria in the background.
Ernie's the me.
We're right in the middle of the rap
Euphoria in the
beef.
background.
We're in the middle of the rap beef, man. Come on,
DJ
man.
Denzel.
We gonna play one side, you gotta play the other now.
I hear that Euphoria in the back.
No doubt.
By the way, the Mavs are
beef.
shooting 50%.
Bringing it back.
Bring it back to the game, Ernie.
Yeah, it's just this point.
That's his life.
Rap beef. All right, so let's get back to what the. Yeah.
It's like that some producer that was like, find us the latest, coolest, hippest song.
I know, yeah.
To bring it back from break with.
And their production
real
crew's
loud.
awesome, so they
Yeah.
must be pretty dialed in. But bad news, guys. Friday, we're screwed.
What do you mean?
Are they playing at the same time?
8:30 and 9.
Oh my gosh.
What in the world? What do we do?
Who's 8:30?
I'm pretty sure the
Are they
Mavs
both at home?
Yeah, they're sharing. They're doing that kind of a half.
They're splitting
Yeah.
it down the middle.
I think
Kind of
the-
a half and half deal.
Yeah, the Mavs are going to play where the Wings are going to play.
The Dallas
like
Dream.
half court.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the Mavs are at 8:30 because there's a East Coast game at 6, and then the Stars are at 9 because they're in a West Coast game. Sucks.
So what's the perfect viewing situation? Like, how do you make?
You know,
this
I will
work?
tell you, and people who have YouTube TV probably know this. They have a multi-view.
Yep.
Oh,
Like
really?
last night when the Stars started, I could see whoever, Heat, Celtics, maybe, can't remember, but they'll show you the two sporting events that are on, like the big ones at the same time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That-
their multi-view has come a long way.
It was great during the tournament.
Okay.
Kind of gives me ADD
Yeah,
brain.
That's what I was gonna say. Can y'all multi-view different sports?
I can't.
I think the perfect viewing scenario for me would be 2 separate rooms with the games on in either room.
We just run back and
You're
forth
just
like
kind of
Put a different shirt on.
yeah.
like the
You're-
Road Runner.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
That's exactly what you do based on how you're feeling at that moment. Like, I'm feeling like watching hockey right now. I'm feeling like watching the Mavs. Well, the hockey game's getting a little boring. I'm going to run into the Mavericks room. That's what I would like to do.
One thing that's helpful, you can take advantage of the hockey intermission.
Yes. It's huge.
Like let that what is it, 18 or 20 minutes? 18, 15.
15.
15. You can let that build up and it helps a lot.
Yeah, but you got to see Leah interview somebody.
You know, I don't.
So she's y'all's new target.
Well, last night it was Emily Kaplan, who's just as creepy to me.
Yeah.
She's creepy to you?
She doesn't
She
annoy me the way that Leah does.
It is funny with Emily Kaplan because she was an ESPN hockey writer. And so she knows hockey well. And they'll just say, let's throw her up on the highest platform of hockey broadcast because she knows hockey, right? But no TV background. And that's what you get. But she's knowledgeable at least.
All right. Well, we'll try to sort that out.
Yeah, I'm cool. It doesn't matter.
We've been going about an hour. You want to take a break? Okay.
This bothered me, and it probably shouldn't have, but I was at a Met game. I'm a Met fan, and I was watching. I'm at the game. It's not the point. I'm at the game, and they sit me next to a guy, and he's eating an apple. First of all, does that not piss you off right there? Guy eating an apple at Shea Stadium. You shouldn't be allowed fruit in a ballpark, first of all. It's like beer, hot dogs, peanuts, and maybe the little ice cream in a helmet. That's about it. This guy's eating fruit, And you know what the problem was? He was eating it way too long. He was like way too into it. He's like flipping it over, trying to find the good part. Oh, look at that. I was like, dude, they're 39 cents a bag. Let it go. Grab another one. It's fruit, Frederick. Jeez.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
Give me one of these.
The Dumb Zone.
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 That's when Jake had really cool voice.
That was Jake?
Yeah. Well, one of them. One of them's a real voice guy. And then one of them was when I was sick, and I'm like, I want to take a crack at this.
Nice.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
No puppet.
And there it is.
We've all drained our respective veins. We've changed a little bit. The beautiful Julie Dobbs is in our studio with us today.
I am.
It's so great to have you.
Talented,
smart,
respected within
funny,
the community, charitable. Julie Dobbs,
hard worker,
here with us today.
But I know what old ladies really like. They just want you to compliment their looks.
Now you called me old?
I'm just doing it, just having fun. We're having fun here.
This guy's in quicksand.
You know I'm joking around.
I do.
Julie is
I
the
was
best.
thinking you could say unemployed.
Yeah,
the
but
mom
you have
game.
the mom game.
Does that count? I had to check in at the building, and it was like company.
Yeah, no,
I wrote the mom game.
You're totally employed if you just have a podcast.
Okay, good. We're all cool here.
That's what we're trying to tell each other.
We're all cool here.
So moving forward today, it is the first of the month. So Blake likes to. You remember his bit? Blake's bit at the end of the month.
Oh yeah, like month in review thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're going to do month in review thing tomorrow, apparently, because of so much content.
Nice.
But Blake wants to tease that to whet your appetite.
Yeah, video man. I have one video from the month, and it's shocking, to say the least. We played it, I think, a week ago on April 23rd, and shocking development. I'll never view this celebrity the same ever again. And it is a sit-down interview with Christy Alley.
To get there. And I got there, and my sister and I, we were all sitting in this waiting room, and we were sobbing. And as I'm crying, I said, my sister's here, and I wasn't looking at her, but I said, where were they going?
Can you pause it?
And she said, to a hell.
So the setup here is Christy Alley's parents died in a car accident.
Yeah.
And she's sitting down to explain what happened, how she got through it, whatever. And so apparently she found out some circumstances around their car accident, and she's explaining this on national news. All right, go ahead.
And she said, to a Halloween party. And I said, what were they dressed as? Why would you ask this? Why would you? And she said, the Odd Couple. And I said, oh. And I'm thinking, what Odd Couple? Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon? Well, what were their costumes exactly? She said Mom was a black girl and Dad was a Ku Klux Klan member. We started laughing. And the whole family, I guess, had heard this conversation, and we all started laughing. And it was the greatest tribute that you could give my mother. Do you know?
How?
How?
There's so much there.
Would you share that? I think I might keep that to myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Dad died, and actually when the paramedics were trying to save him, they found a trunk full of dildos.
So Mom's in black.
Barbara Walters.
He's wearing a Klan outfit.
Yeah, maybe that's why he wrecked.
Yeah.
You can't drive with that hood on.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, so that's one of
Tiny little eye holes.
videos from the month of recapping April, which will happen tomorrow at ETX Brewing.
Wow.
And Tyler, I'm very excited about both that remote and tomorrow's MBR.
Get some phone calls done on the way.
We could.
You got a lot of time for phone calls.
They asked us why we want, why don't you guys drive together, Video Man and Blake? And I'm like, obviously it would make sense environmentally and economically.
And we live like really close now.
It would be
I don't have
2
to drive
seconds.
15 minutes to your house.
But the thing is, we will talk in the morning about the show, but we're not like just shooting the shit for an hour and a half, I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
You just want some quiet time.
Well, just with Dan, like I want us to, what if I make him laugh? That's a burned one that I had, like I don't have many.
Right.
And then
Yeah,
the other
you couldn't
thing,
tell me the landlady story this morning.
Right.
You have to wait.
You think
But also phone calls, yeah.
if you make them laugh in real life, you think that's one less time you'll make them laugh when the cameras are rolling?
Yes.
100%.
There's only so many.
I don't think
It's
that's
finite.
I don't think that's how it works.
It's finite.
By the way, you said your what's your landlady look like? You mentioned she's divorced.
I've only seen her once, and, yeah, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just
Okay.
Hang out.
come by. Yeah, hey, what's up?
Is the internet on yet?
What's going on?
Offer some help, yeah.
Yeah.
I can take a look at this. What would I do? Okay, so that's tomorrow, the MBR.
Worst
And-
handyman ever.
But
Oh
I
my
think
God.
we do have some other stuff today that I don't have anything to do with, but I do. To explain, here's Jake or Blake or someone that's not me.
So someone sent us this video clip, or it's 30 minutes, of a television show back in Dayton, Ohio that Dan appeared on. Now, what years were Dayton?
98, 99?
Okay.
98, maybe late 97?
Like you had moved there from Cleveland. Or from Youngstown. Cleveland to Youngstown, Youngstown to Akron, Dayton to here.
Right.
Okay. So we're talking about 1998, 1999. You were hosting your own show.
Yes, on WHIO radio in Dayton.
And as local TV stations will do, and I'm not exactly sure the circumstances around this particular television program. To me, it seems kind of cable access-y.
It's absolutely what it is.
Okay. They will have, hey, somebody from the radio on. And in this case, the William Pace show had the host of the Dan McDowell show on.
So I don't know if you want me to set this up at all.
You can.
I don't even know what you have. I just know you found that video or it got found.
Probably Jason from the internet. And if you want to know, when I was looking for the link because I didn't want to scroll through 50 tweets, if you YouTube your name, it's not on the first page. I don't think it's on the second page. But 3 or 4 pages in, it's there. So
on YouTube.
Yeah, somebody did that.
So William Pace, we did, like you'll do when you're a stoner dude and you're watching TV, you're just flipping through all the channels.
The William Pace Show through the years has been a beacon of light in the Midwest.
It's all good.
Okay, so this is
Take
a look at him.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
He's a large,
we'll get to it. As the Navy Pier, the Palmer Hilton
large,
Palace.
overweight black gentleman. He this show he had was insane. He would just sing gospel songs, but then he would have a local politician on to talk about, or just an author, but it was cable access.
Yeah.
But he would come on and sing songs, and he was not that great of a singer. But he looks very flamboyant. He looks gay. I don't know if he is gay.
Right. None
but
of our business.
If you can look gay, then he does. He talks. He just has this inflection, but he's just insane. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
And I can't believe this guy exists, and he has a TV show. So we would book him on our radio show, like, hey, come in studio, and we'll mess with you.
Mm-hmm.
And, he didn't get it, anything we were messing with him, and it was just like, we were amazed that this person exists in the world. So that's the setup. We had him on our show plenty, and he invited me on his TV show.
And as an aside, RIP to cable access being a thing.
Yeah, it was great.
It was that's like how Alex Jones got started. Not to say that that's a great thing in the world, but like that sort of show would exist on television in Austin.
And then on this show, I think you're going to have me and my cohort, Big Jim. Big Jim was my co-host in Youngstown, or I brought him on. He was an intern. Him and Tommy Lowe were our interns. They were from the School of Broadcasting around Cleveland. And Tommy Lowe was the blind intern. So we had carts back then, which means it's like an 8-track tape, and that's probably a bad reference too. But it's just, they were a physical thing that you would have it'd be like as big as a CD or something. And it would have a soundbite on. So in fact, I have a cart from way back then with this. And it says YYYYEEAAAHHH. Yay. It's big yay. But you would have to put it in the hole, press a button, and it would play that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would rewind, and then it would queue up again. And so, why am I starting to tell you about carts?
The blind guy.
The blind guy, yeah. So we would have the blind guy set us up with our sports cuts of the day in the morning, but he would always mislabel everything.
Uh-oh.
And so he would, he had Braille on him, but he'd be like, 1 is, the Indians manager, Mike Hargrove, or, 2 is going to be Michael Jordan or whatever. But they were always out of order because he was blind.
Yeah.
And then that was part of we thought it was comedy of the show. So we'd be like, oh, Mike Hargrove last night says, it was a tough game. And it would be Michael. It would be Michael Jordan talking about, just having passed Wilt on the all-time record. And I'm like, no. And then we'd yell at him and stuff. And Big Jim was his handler, kind of, his buddy. And so Big Jim, his claim to fame was he was once on Star Search. And he wanted to be a comedian, but he didn't end up being that. And he was like 400 pounds.
You'll definitely see.
He was incredibly
4 might be low.
But he was in Youngstown, and I got him brought up as the production coordinator in Dayton.
So the open of the show, if you want, you can see this on YouTube to Dumb Zone's page. But I think just hearing the audio and the production, I can't believe that this is not an SNL bit. This is the open to the William Pace show.
The William Pace Show through the years has been a beacon of light in the Midwest, taking you to such destinations as the Navy Pier,
Shot of the
former
pier.
Hilton Palace Hotel, the German Village,
There's a
the
hotel.
Showboat Majestic Theater, the Ohio Village, and the Crone Conservatory.
Now is it
There's always something
Botanic
cooking
Gardens?
in the kitchen.
Everything
on
is
the
a 1
William
second
Pace
cut.
Show.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest stars, entertainers,
Okay, yeah,
and
look at
political figures like B.B. King, Jimmy
shuffle?
Walker, Bob Carlisle, Patty Austin, Mr. T, Whitley Phipps, and Congressman Tony Hall have appeared on the William Pace Show.
What a group.
Now, without further ado, we proudly present the William Pace Show on CATV, coming to you from the heart of the Midwest. The William Pace Show,
No.
asking the questions you want
Now,
to ask.
what you're getting now is like a
Getting the
PowerPoint
answers
presentation where
everyone
just
wants
pictures
to know.
float across the
It's a
screen.
new season
It's
of
very
the
Tim and Eric.
Yeah, it's extremely Tim and
There he
Eric.
is singing.
Yeah.
See, this is current day William Pace
Yeah.
because those old pictures, when I knew him, he had this big giant hairdo, and I don't know how you would describe it.
Everyone deserves to have their best
I guess you'll see it.
I'm just staying the course. Here we go.
Apparently, I'm just staying the course is his some sort of a tagline. And I'll tell you this, too. I'm very confused about this show because it's on YouTube, as are dozens of other episodes. And they like that presentation or production right there, the last part that looks like Tim and Eric PowerPoint, that did not exist whenever he was doing this show. So someone is like updating the graphics or something. And then
Yeah, because now he's doing it online.
those aren't up there.
Oh, okay.
It's really weird.
No, that stuff was available because it's pretty 80s, 90s, early computer.
I don't know, man.
You think? You think they're
Yeah, because
currently updating it?
One of those pictures.
Well, I mean, the pictures are, they are updating it, for now, I guess. So.
Okay.
So that was the open of the show I'm on?
Yes.
Oh.
And in fact, in
Okay,
the
that's
YouTube video, they
Oh
play
my
it
gosh.
4 more times.
You're about to be on that show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I know. I'm comprehending this all.
Oh, you're going to love it.
It's going to be so
Hey, this is-
amazing.
this is
I
why
can't
you're
wait.
here today.
I can't wait.
Just wait till the first frame.
So we're going to open the show. We're going to open the show, and they don't really – they dive right into it, okay? So we'll do a quick intro of Dan, and then apparently this is where Dan got the idea for viewer mail. William Pace does a letters segment, and he's going to turn that over to the host of the Dan McDowell Show on this very special occasion.
He's a voice you hear every day on the radio from 3 to 6 p.m. on News Talk 1290 WHIO radio. And if you're listening carefully,
He looks like an
you might
Atlanta
hear another
character.
familiar voice
Oh,
singing. You're making a first-time call on the radio. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Dan McDowell Show. Please welcome my special guest, Dan McDowell. Good to have you on the show tonight.
All right. Thanks very much, William. Thanks.
And you're going to help me with some of my duties tonight.
I understand this is a first. The
It is
first
the
time
first
you've ever had
time.
a guest read your letter segment?
Yes, and maybe this might become a regular thing on the show. We'll see how well you do.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, yeah. I love it.
Our letter segment. Here we go.
Okay, this is, of course, William's favorite part of the show,
It
right?
is. It is my favorite part.
Yeah, and one of everyone's
clearly
favorite
just
part of the
messing
show.
with him.
It's a
Just
great way to
weirding him
kick
out.
things off. This week's letter, William, comes from Lavina Wilson, who writes, Dear Bill, getting a little familiar with you, huh? Dear Bill.
William looks at the
I
camera.
listen with interest to your show. It is informative and shows that you've put much time in thinking each show through, making a viewer stay with you until the end.
This is the sort of thing Blake
Keep up
would
the
read.
good work, Bill, and continue to let us know what is going on in Dayton. Sincerely, Lavina Wilson.
Yeah.
So are we going to be able to send Lavina
a box of
Esther Price fine chocolates?
You clearly
right?
watch the
Fine
show, Blake.
candies, light
Yes.
and dark chocolates.
He picks up a box of
You know what
chocolates.
Jimmy Walker said to that? He said, I guess that means white and black people can have this.
And yes, it's that's what the William Pace show is all about.
Yeah.
Multicultural.
Very much so.
very much so.
Multicultural.
He's got the box of chocolates right there on screen. So, yeah, I figured whenever I saw this that it's exactly as you described it. Like you and your friends or you or whatever, you're just kind of baked in the late at night, early afternoon or whatever, and you're like, and then you
How does this exist?
But then you learn the guy's bits so that when you go on, you're like, this is William's favorite part of the show. Does this mean we get to send the box of chocolates? And he loves it. Because he's like, man, this guy's
But yes, that's the kind of letters he would read.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so a big topic of the show that we build to will be weight loss, as William is a large man at this time. Apparently, he used to be larger, used to be smaller, but he's just a big guy. And he has,
I'm in the 240 range.
Yeah, I think he's outpacing you. No pun intended, quite a bit.
Yeah, he's
and just to set the visual here, without sounding like a complete bigot, William is a large black man with black white guy hair. Like it looks like a wig or a hairpiece or something. You don't see a lot of black people with white guy black hair. It's weird.
Al Sharpton?
Al Sharpton would be one.
Feels like that hair.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into weight loss talk with this third one here. Now here's a shot of
look at you,
old Dan McDowell in his studio, coming back from break.
B-roll.
Looks like he's got a Pepsi,
Yeah, there's
a
your
full body
Pepsi of the day.
Pepsi there.
My special guest is Dan McDowell from News Talk 1290 of the Dan McDowell Show. How are you?
I am fine, William. And
Good to
yourself?
have you here. I'm fine. Just trying to stay on my diet. It's a challenge. I'm still at a plateau.
Just out of nowhere, he dives right into
you know, when you
diet
go to a
talk.
plateau,
Right to
when
it.
you lose so many pounds, and then your body won't lose any more, and so you have to do
Dan
more
doesn't care about
I'm at a gaining plateau right now.
plateau. Well, how many pounds have you gained?
I think I've gained, at
Since
least put on
Christmas.
like 15 or 20. Well, not since Christmas,
Okay.
but like in the last year. So, in fact, later on in the show, I didn't want to get into it just yet, but I wanted to talk about weight loss in my new program.
Okay, yeah,
But,
I'd be interested in getting some tips and suggestions. You know, I've sort of been, well, almost every size there is to be.
You look great, though. You look better than you did last time. You
Well,
lost a
thank
few
you.
pounds for
Thank
sure.
you. It's becoming noticeable in my face, and
yeah.
I still have this situation with the stomach, and so I've
Oh my gosh.
sort of got a double-breasted.
You lost a little hair, too. Maybe
you
a
know-
pound or two off the...
Well, this hairstylist of mine, she got carried away. And I went in there, and she went clip, 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 and next thing you know, I was bald-headed almost.
Oh, my.
But
Oh,
I
my.
guess this is a little bit better. It's grown out some a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
getting used to it.
Yeah.
I take it that you like this is a
That's
better
short
look
hair
me.
for him.
Yeah.
Well, losing a few pounds
He had
never
an
hurts
afro,
anybody.
kinda,
you know?
so I don't know
Except
how
for
that
Ally
works.
McBeal.
Damn it, I
But,
talked over the joke.
Okay. Well, I want to.
Okay.
I'm getting used to it.
Yeah.
I take it that you like this is a better look for me.
Well, losing a few pounds never hurts anybody, you know, except for Ally McBeal. But,
Okay. Well, I want to.
Okay.
We're all familiar with Ally McBeal.
Yeah.
She was
just-
like so skinny
Yeah.
Yeah.
and very topical at the time. It was the hot show, I'm sure.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys move off
This
of
is
weight
too
loss
much.
talk for a minute. You know what? Let's play this one, the one I said stop at 32, because it's an interesting look into Dan's future. The cut 4, and we'll stop it at like 32
Take
seconds.
this golden opportunity to thank you for your support. You know, it's folks, it's rare that you find one on-air personality willing to promote another on-air personality.
There's
I
Dan.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart for
oh,
that.
sure. Well,
I really appreciate
I'm just like,
that.
I try to pattern my show on the radio. It's kind of a radio version of the William Pace show on TV, and I didn't even know that
I'm
before
so
we
full of
met.
it.
Yeah.
But we break the rules. The William Pace show, throw the rules out the window.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Have the guests read the letters.
All right.
You get crazy.
You get crazy. He just has no.
Oh
He has
my
no
gosh.
clue what is happening.
No.
Rules
just-
out the window.
Well, you
know
know-
what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Have the guests read the letters. You get crazy here.
Oh my gosh. You haven't changed
my
a
God.
bit. This has always been you.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but like William
He was an
notices it.
asshole.
Just doing
20
your
years
own
ago.
No. Just the fact that William's like, hey, it's cool that you would go on another. You know, a lot of people are
And that is
too much
cool.
ego, and we've talked about that forever. Whether it's NBC
Yes.
and CBS, whether it's like Oh, I'm not allowed to tweet somebody who works at the Freak? Just
That part is 100% Dan.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's also 100% Dan that he's just doing his own bits. Like this
Yeah, well-
that this guy has no idea and he knows it's funny to himself and he doesn't care who else thinks it's funny.
Just wait.
He's just going to go for it.
All right, let's go to cut 5 then. This is a very strange. He's trying to promote like a charity bit he's going to be involved in, and it's a bit convoluted. Cut 5.
You know, a couple of weeks ago, I got a call from Muscular Dystrophy and
what?
Inviting me.
Are you okay? Oh, you don't have much.
No, not me, not
All
me. No, I'm blessed. I'm fine. I'm okay. But they want me to go to jail.
What?
To help raise money for muscular dystrophy, and I said yes if I could do a show. So we're going to tape a show there with me in jail, and so I've got
Nice
at the Marriott Hotel, and I thought maybe I could call you up on the line. Maybe come on. I think I'm supposed to be there at 3 or something like that, 3 to 4.
Sure, on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I can say help! I need some money.
So what's the thing? They take you off to jail, and you need to get people to call in donations.
I have to call people up on the phone lines and raise a certain amount of, they call it bond money or bail money or something like that, to bail me out of jail.
Okay.
So you'd bail me out of jail.
Well, we can try and get some of our. As you know, I'm pretty strapped this month. It's after Christmas and everything,
but you would give me a few dollars.
I'd love to put the word out and have some listeners call in, and
that'd be great. Help get William out of jail.
What day is that going to be for the viewers?
I believe it's
if they wanted to maybe tune into my show and help you out.
Okay, yeah. So at first I thought that's kind of a cool bit. Like they're going to take him to a jail. He's like, I'll be at the Marriott Hotel.
A fake jail, yeah.
I'll be in a suite.
Yeah.
You called to get me out of jail.
It's not jail.
All right, so we have 2 pretty long clips.
Oh my gosh. Are you okay?
Yeah. You okay? Well, you said it really weird. I got a call from muscular dystrophy.
Like the disease just
Yeah.
called him up.
Hey, William, I'm coming.
You interested?
You're in trouble.
I need a body.
So this next one, it's you can kind of see where you get the classic Dan rant. This is whether it's forget the rice, whether it's apparently they had just had a large snowstorm in Dayton, and this got Dan all fired up.
Well, you know, when you had all this ice, and I guess you're not used to this ice and snow. I heard you talking a lot about that.
Oh,
earlier.
well, here's the thing.
Here we go.
Shut down Dayton for 2 weeks, right, with all this snow this winter.
It didn't shut me down. I kept going.
Oh, well, yeah, I was watching the William Pace show every night. Didn't shut down my show either. So I'm from Cleveland originally.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm used to having snow and ice, but I'm used to having a city that will, like, respond to the fact that nature will snow once in a while, you know? And I live in downtown Dayton. You know, I'm always supportive of my town, and very proud of the fact that I live in downtown Dayton. But apparently downtown Dayton has like a guy named Jeb and his plow that will clean up the streets downtown, because they did not plow my street. The whole 2 weeks, they did not plow my street. I don't think they know what salt is. I mean, we live in Ohio, correct?
Uh-huh.
So you know that Dayton doesn't get tons of snow, and there wasn't a big snow like this for a few years, right?
Right. We haven't had this kind of snow in a few years.
Yeah, but you would think, I mean, at the William Pace show, if something goes wrong, if you have a guest scheduled and the guest doesn't show up, you have a backup plan. You have a plan that you will do something.
Right.
The show must go on.
Absolutely.
At our radio station, we have a plan that if it snows, we have people that will come in at night and we'll get the school closings on for you. You know what I mean? They do it at Channel 7 TV too. They'll get the school closings. We'll get that out. We have a plan if it snows. Now, the city of Dayton, I'm thinking, should come up with some kind of a plan because it snows once in a while. And they should say, when it does snow, let's call the plows. Maybe that same day. Because no plows were out on the streets until a day after the snow. By then, as you know, it was like 0 degrees out. So all the snow that had fallen was now this frozen brick of ice. And when they did try and salt and shovel it, you can't shovel it off. So it just snowed everybody in for 2 weeks. So I didn't think the city of Dayton had a plan until the 2 week period lapsed. And I realized that their master plan was to allow the sun to melt the snow. And it really did work because we had 2 days in a row where it was like 50-degree weather, and it melted all the snow and it rained. So I guess the city of Dayton saved money, and I have egg on my face for bashing them.
In fairness to one of my earlier guests this week was Commissioner Dean Lovelace, and I asked him about that, and he said he thought that they did an outstanding job.
Really? All right,
so maybe
well, I
need
disagree
to
with
have,
that wholeheartedly.
have you, Commissioner Dean Lovelace, and you come on a show together.
Okay.
Would you come on the show?
Yeah, I'd love that.
Okay, that'll be a future show for us.
Jeez. Well, with all respect to my guest, man in control of city maintenance.
This has existed this whole time.
I know.
It's amazing.
I can't believe it.
Would you like to book him on this?
Oh,
sometime?
my God.
Because I can do it.
Absolutely.
Yes, please.
So we'll skip over my next couple cuts. One of them, it's really weird. He starts talking about Roseanne and saying that you would host a great show with Roseanne. And you're like, I guess. I don't know.
He put you in that box immediately.
The next one after that, which we can skip because we have a really long one coming up that we're going to have to stop and start, is you detailing is it Mighty Joe?
Joe, who works for the Cavs now.
But at this point,
What was I talking about? You want to play it?
He did the gallon challenge. Yeah, we could play it. 8.
I don't remember.
We'll do 8.
Hi, we're back with Dan McDowell and his producer, Jim. We were talking about Joe drinking a gallon of milk.
Yeah, Joe, my on-air partner, just started to tell you before the break. By the way, you got a lot of new advertisers. We should give a little hand to the new advertisers that we saw during the break. Huh? Very nice, very nice. But I was telling you before the break, Joe did a scientific experiment for the city of Dayton that he wanted to see, can you drink a gallon of milk in 1 hour? And he made it almost to the whole gallon of milk before he deposited the milk into the garbage can.
Look, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he never made it through. So
he didn't.
Don't try it.
I got a tattoo on the air, eat the pizza.
He didn't throw it up, did he?
Well, I didn't want to say that.
Oh.
Yes.
My goodness. Okay. William, well, you had to ask that, didn't you?
Right. I thought this was a family show, William.
It is.
A lot of families up at midnight watching the show together.
Oh, it's a midnight show.
He made
Damn.
it 3/4 of the way?
Yeah, he made it almost through the whole thing, but don't try. Let me just say, don't. Well, if you want to try it here on the William Pace Show, I think it'd be a great show.
We are not advocating for anyone
No.
Oh,
to
you
drink
make
a
him
gallon
so
of
nervous.
Yeah, he wants to make sure nobody out there is getting any crazy ideas from
And
this,
then the William Pace Show gets sued.
the show host up here. Okay, so this next one's going to take us some time. We will stop and start it, but this is the meat of it because Dan came with a bit, of course, right? Yeah. You know, it's not – this is far above our bit of like coming to Fox 4 with you dressed in a headdress and me dressed as a gay biker from the Village People. This is better than that, but it's always been in us, always been in you. So you're going to see a large man on camera. That's the guy you were talking about earlier, right?
Big Jim.
Big
Yes.
Jim. So this is where you guys get into the bit. We're going to go back to weight loss talk with 9.
But, William, I wanted to talk a little weight loss. I mentioned that in the beginning of the show.
Yes.
And I'd like to introduce, Joe is my partner on the air, but one of the big guys.
Yeah, I'm saying not 400, Dan.
You're saying over?
Yeah. Dude, he's like 6'3", is he not?
He's pretty big, yeah. So, yeah.
He's probably 500 pounds. He's a huge man.
Very, very, very big.
Because he's super tall, too. But, yeah, he's sitting next to Dan. William's confused already.
So to speak, instrumental to our show off the air is Big Jim Wilson. He's our production guy. And, yeah. And also,
he's wearing Zubaz.
Very strange. I was talking weight loss. As you can see, it's January. It's post-Christmas. I'm wearing my big clothes. These are my big pants. This my big fat shirt. It hangs over, so you don't have to see the gut hanging out and everything.
We have the camouflage thing.
And every year, every January, I'm trying a different weight loss thing. I'm going through eating 2 ounces of chicken, and I'm
Do
trying.
you really have to watch your weight?
Oh yeah, for sure, baby. Yeah,
you have to watch. Like you
baby,
like a
little baby. This is the baby era.
Dude, you have no idea I was like passively listening, like, okay, this is gonna be like, because I knew the whole bit, and I'm like, a baby.
This might have been the era of swingers, and yes, I might have incorporated baby in my language a little often.
Okay.
We all have phases.
Don't get mad at us about it for
Like
playing the baby.
you might
God
say,
joke.
"Oh, this is the same guy."
Yeah.
But there's subtle differences.
Yeah, about 45 pounds and no baby.
I've shed the
wrong.
baby.
There's nothing wrong with that, baby.
That's
Nothing
right,
wrong.
baby.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, baby.
You beautiful baby.
2 ounces of chicken, and I'm
Do you
trying.
really have to watch your weight?
Oh yeah, for sure,
I mean,
baby. Yeah.
You have to watch. I mean, like you could probably eat like a pizza, and
I could eat.
God, I suck. I'm the worst.
Yeah. I mean, I love
a loser.
I've always thought that if I ever had an eating disorder, I could be a bulimic, but I could never be anorexic because I have to eat. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So,
what have you analyzed why you eat so much? I've analyzed why I eat so much.
God.
But
Really?
Why? What's the driving force of you eating so much?
I think because my parents were divorced when I was like 8 years old, and I just started eating
What a
ever
dick.
since then. And
So that was a hard time for you.
yeah, I
It
believe
was a
that
psychological, because
Oh
I believe that weight loss has something to do with the psychological.
Oh, for sure.
You're eating to fill yourself for other things that are not in your life.
Yeah.
You know.
So
Yeah,
here's the thing,
all right,
though.
back to my bit.
I have employed Big Jim here. He's my spiritual advisor and personal trainer, pretty much, weight loss consultant.
Again, he's pointing at a 500-pound man in
Usually,
sweatpants.
you don't see a guy that looks like Big Jim to be a weight loss consultant, you know. But
Are you a weight loss consultant?
I am, William. I
trying not
developed
to laugh.
a two-phase plan to help Dan, and I believe help others.
Oh my God.
Phase one of the plan, of course, is just hanging out with me. As Dan
I mean,
sits here now with
it's a
me
visual,
next to
yeah.
him, he appears thinner than he would if I weren't here.
think about it. When you first were watching the show, you thought I was a little chunky, didn't you? But now what do I look like? Yeah, I'm a world-class athlete.
So that's the first part of the plan. You
So
must
it's an
seek and
illusion,
find
then.
someone larger than you.
Jim,
Okay.
so he
Hang out.
hangs with me
my
all the
God.
time, which is a
Okay.
little weird during showers and when my girlfriend comes over, but I don't
works
mind
out.
it, you know? 'cause- Yeah.
Now, the second phase of the plan, William.
And now William is nodding.
Dan
That would
eats
be
at
weird.
certain times. In fact, it's for. Well,
Is it time to eat
So
now?
Dan
Is
eats
it
at certain
midnight?
times.
Yes.
Where's
Now
my,
Dan will pull
I bring my
And
food
so-
with
a
me.
briefcase out from underneath his
Dan,
chair.
Here's the plan. Here's how Dan stays thin by standing
A
This, by the way, is
briefcase.
next
the
to me.
this, by the way, is this briefcase from
Before
Pulp
you open
Fiction.
this up, now is there food in
Nice.
here? What is it?
Oh, he's nervous.
It's
It is Dan's regimented meals.
yeah. I have a
Now,
little something. I
a
have
box
my
of
lunch. I brought my
cereal.
lunch with
time
me.
every day.
Brought a sandwich. Can you hold that for a second?
What kind of sandwich is
Hands
this?
it to
That's
William.
a turkey. Really though,
It
here's
looks like
the
it's
thing
got
about my new
mustard on it.
diet.
Does it have mustard on it?
How do you like that thing?
Oh, this
Here's
is more like for my diet.
Questionable.
Yeah, here's the deal
Dan
with
just
my
handed
new
William
diet,
a banana and
So
said,
how do you
"You'll
like
love
that
that."
thing?
I can eat anything.
Oh, a Bud Light.
I can eat.
Dan has pulled out
a
a
lot of
Bud
diets,
Light.
you got to eat like an ounce of chicken, or you got to eat this much rice. This
Jim
diet,
says no.
I eat anything: pizza, hamburgers, whatever. And
Are
then
you gonna pop the lid on the Bud Light?
See, what happens is, William,
well,
while
what's
I'm
the
with
rule?
Dan,
What's the rule on the beer?
the rule is you start the beer, I finish the beer.
Well, only light beer too.
Only light beer, right, exactly. Any food Dan wants to ingest,
not
I
open
have
to
to eat
beer.
most of it first, and then I give it to
Now
him.
this we have families watching the show, so I don't know if we.
Oh no, we're not going to drink this
have
beer
the Bud
on the
Light.
air.
Right, that's just a prop.
That's for you after the show.
Plug these
Oh
pretzels,
no, I
it's a
don't drink
prop.
any beer either.
So Jim is just going to town on the food that he has.
Yeah, he took the box of pretzels and
Yeah, box of pretzels.
And won't
he's
stop
just
eating 'em.
Talking with pretzel mouth. As Dan is now back to the sandwich, I believe. As we're getting into explaining phase 2 of the weight loss plan in full here.
So yeah, phase 1, just hang out with
The
him.
thing kind of is
me
that
see
Jim
the-
just hangs.
Hand me that box. I want to see the nutrition.
See, the thing is, I can eat anything I want.
What are you folks?
But Jim hangs out with me all day, so I order a pizza, and I want to eat this pizza. And before I can even eat 2 pieces, he's finished the rest of it. You know what I'm saying?
He's done
I mean, look.
taking
look
a
at my
sandwich out of
sandwich.
Dan's
See,
hand.
It kind of makes me mad But I'm losing weight like a maniac. I mean, every meal that I eat, he eats like 3/4 of the meal. I never can get through it.
Now, the calories here, what is it?
William, now
serving
checking the
size
nutrition
per
facts on the
container.
pretzels.
This
Is
is
not
one
listening
pretzel. Now, how many
at
pretzels do
all.
you have?
No.
Or watching Jim is just ripping
About
food
40
out.
pretzels in that box,
And you
buy
only
it.
supposed to have
I
one.
have 34. Dan eats 6.
The thing is, he never orders anything. That's the problem. I mean,
well, tell me,
That's
Jim.
the beauty of the
Let me.
I
diet.
go out to eat
That's the
and
beauty
I
of the
order a
diet.
meal. He just sits there. He doesn't order anything.
Let me do some analyzing here. Now,
Right.
why
Want me
is
to
it
lay
that?
down there?
What?
No. Why is it that you feel you have to eat so much? Did you have an unhappy childhood
You already
life?
asked
No,
them
I've
that.
analyzed it as you and Dan have, and it comes right down to hunger for me. I'm just usually hungry.
No bad
And do
things
you,
have
do
happened.
you do you have any way to curb that appetite?
I just keep the thought in my mind that eventually I will get taller.
You gotta find somebody that's bigger than you. That's funny. You know what I mean?
I got a couple of 600 daughters in junior college.
You got to find somebody bigger than you.
Sandwich is that? Now we're
Yeah,
talking
this is
about
turkey, baby. This is very
We'll get taller.
now we're
Yeah,
talking
this is
about
turkey, baby.
we're talking about food. Now, can you cook?
A lot of gold right there. Where Dan just
Do it.
thought
Now,
of the idea of
calories
like
here. What is it?
you can find somebody
serving
bigger than
size
you.
per container.
Was Andre
is
the
one
Giant?
pretzel. Now, how many pretzels?
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. I can't handle it.
Is that the end of that one? Okay, good. Hey, we got a little bit of time, so let's play the last two. This next one is how we get into the exercise phase.
There's no banana one?
What?
Oh, I thought we were eating the banana too.
It might have gotten cut off.
Oh, okay.
That went on for like 7.5 minutes.
Is there? Okay. Oh, you didn't cut that part? Okay.
I guess not.
Eating a banana sensually in front of William Pace is.
That obviously
Yes, I
stuck
didn't
with you
notice.
after all this time.
No, I'm just saying. I remember my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, was like, "That was mean."
The whole thing is mean.
Oh, well, she thought the banana part was mean.
This is the exercise portion of it. This is number 10.
I got something else too we've been doing that Jim has made me
Still
do
both
this
eating.
year for the first time ever. I've joined a bowling league.
Anything you
And
do
there's
that
a little
can-
exercise.
Yeah, anyway, right. Because it is.
Wait, will you pause it?
Arm sore.
I
think
hadn't
it has
even
to do
noticed
with
till now.
cal-
Do you like the? This is my sideburns era.
Yeah, it's a little bit grainy on the video, but yeah, you
Once
do,
you get up close,
you
can
definitely
see,
do have sideburns.
Yeah.
I would grow them pretty big.
Yeah.
You're a whole vibe.
Oh, I forgot to tell you though that I don't want this to be weird, but when I first started going through this a couple mornings ago, my wife was like, "What is that?" And she like looked and she was like, "Dan used to be kind of cute."
Oh no!
I don't know how you
Used
want to
to
take that.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't think I am anymore, so you know.
That's just wives. Yeah.
Because you were like, this is like late 20s, mid 20s, probably.
Late 20s. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, back to the strenuous exercise portion. And the funniest thing is, you're clearly joking, and then William's like, "Yes, anything you can do to get active." Yeah, because that's what you think when you walk into a bowling alley and see all the regulars. They're like, these guys are very active. Like they're really getting their heart rate up. But William wants to commend you because he's a sweetheart of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Because it is, I think.
Arm sore.
I think
My
it has to
arm's
do
sore.
with caloric intake.
Big Jim
I think it has
rubbing
to do with
Dan's
fat
arm.
grams, how many fat grams you're consuming, and I think it has to do with cardiovascular. I think, do you do
Oh,
the
yeah.
treadmill? Do you do,
No, I've just been bowling.
well,
It's been so cold that it's hard for me
I
to get
know,
outside and
I
work
know,
out.
it's-
You
it's
must
hard.
understand that.
I do understand that.
Anything under
Many-
60, 65 degrees, I just can't make it out to work
And
out.
I do understand that because
Yeah.
there are days I start to moan when I get up at 6 o'clock to get out to hit the gym at Bally's and
Find somebody bigger than you to hang out
Full
with.
mouth
Yeah.
of food.
Can't hide your smile either.
I have to keep working on trying to perfect this body.
Well,
I showed
here's the
you,
thing.
I
I can't
showed you a
believe we've
picture of
made
the
it
way I
this
used
far.
to look. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And that's
You
what-
had to have like 2 pictures to fit you in.
No. I
Oh,
was
no, the
much-
skinny one. Yeah, that's you had to have half a picture.
I was much. That's what I'm trying to get. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm.
See,
gonna,
you look fine now. I think everybody's predisposed to be in a certain body type.
Well,
but
I think there's some.
you
truth
might be
to
able to
that.
lose like 5, but You're looking good.
No,
I don't
I'm
know.
thinking
What do you
maybe
think as a trainer?
Maybe like a good 30 to 50 pounds.
Oh,
Wow,
you'll be wasted away.
Yeah, you'll look like Callista Flockhart.
No.
Extra skin.
Right
Don't
back
do it.
to it.
You like that
Find
one?
somebody bigger.
I think the key is, though, and I'm no personal trainer like Jim, but I think the key is that everybody has to have their own. Treadmill might work for you.
I think a lot of it has to do with
hanging out with a real fat guy might work for me. You know?
I think a lot of it has to do
And Williams
with
just,
what stock
right
you
back.
come from. You know, when you look at my father, he's every bit of 6 feet, and he's about 240, 250. My mother was about, 5'9", but she was a big, heavy-set woman. So for me to think that I'm going to be
How is he still acting like this is all normal? Like trying to carry on a normal weight loss conversation.
Anyway, but you just have to, I think a lot of it has to do with what you come from, and then I think you have to really, constantly, watch your weight. I really do.
What?
We'll be back in a moment with more conversation with Dan McDowell. Stay with us.
The whole time he's issuing that last part, in the wide shot, it's just Dan and Jim eating. It's just the whole time. So great. And now we'll go to the ender. The show's pretty much over. We'll back sell the charity bit. It's the William Pace Show with Dan McDowell and Big Jim, cut 11.
Well, tell me, we were almost out of time.
Now he's eating the
what's
banana.
Coming up
Okay.
on the Dan McDowell Show.
Coming up on the Dan McDowell Show.
1290.
Don't forget to tune in February 24th. That's a Wednesday. William Pace will need your support for muscular dystrophy.
Because they're going to put me in jail over at the Marriott Hotel, and I've
Right.
got to raise money. I've got to raise a lot of money for muscular dystrophy, and Dan's going to come and help bail me out. You're going to give me what? How much money are you going to give me?
Oh my gosh, too much to mention now, William. That's for sure.
But you are going to, and I'm going to call you on the radio.
Call on the radio, so you watching out there, make sure you call into our show that day. It's WHIO radio, of course.
Okay.
And William Pace will need your help.
Okay. Well, that's it for us today. We got to go before this becomes a zoo. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Oh my God.
Today, we got to go before this becomes a zoo. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Can you cut that off and put it at the end of your outro
Today,
every
we got to
day?
go before this becomes a zoo.
Yes.
I'll see you.
It's a great idea.
I fell out when I saw the end of this thing. I'm like, it can't get better. And then before this becomes a zoo.
Well, that's it for us today. We got to go before this becomes a zoo.
I'll do the little laugh after.
Oh my God, he's so awkward. He's cute, but he's so awkward.
He's the sweetest guy.
I can tell.
He's sweet.
Yeah.
And way over his head.
No.
But sweet. And Dan, you're just like just so freaking funny, even way back then. And the funniest part to me is like I was thinking throughout this, like there will be there's probably some corporate exec that like would watch that and be like, that William Pace has really got something. I don't know about that Dan guy. Whereas Dan's the obvious one that's like so talented in that whole thing. Oh my gosh. I wasn't prepared for that.
You know, it's kind of like whenever it's kind of like you ever heard somebody say this about like The Wire or The Sopranos when they tell you they haven't seen it and you're like, damn, I wish I could go back to that.
You're going to use that on this?
Yeah, dude, I mean, I've watched it like 4 times now to cut.
Like the William Pace Show in general?
Yeah, in general,
Like
yeah.
you wish you lived with me in 1999 watching
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
at midnight.
Yes. And even watching now, like you guys seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, now I'm on like time 4 or 5. I watched his interview with BB King.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's got a bunch of them up there.
Y'all could break down his show, probably have a little segment once a week in your show. Now here's William Pace with Kirstie Alley or whatever it is.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
Maybe they wouldn't be a good fit.
All right, should we do the news?
Sure.
Here's
We do the news, Julie.
with the Dumb Zone News.
Oh, news.
Have you been a guest on our show?
I don't think so. I don't
Ever have you on the phone or anything? I know we had you at
Yeah, I did something with y'all.
a live stream.
Yeah.
Cowboy game.
Cowboy game.
Yeah. Well, it's been just a pleasure so far, Julie.
It's been fun. I needed
But we
laugh.
got to go before this becomes a dude. So Blake probably not going to be interested in this story at all because the last time I tried to tell him how interesting it was, he completely checked out because it was a day that you weren't there. So why would I have needed him to support me in the story I was doing? But
Tension.
the Boeing whistleblowers.
Yeah.
Do you know about this, Dan? Have you heard about this, Kev?
Tell me.
So Boeing has had some serious problems with their planes. And there were some people, whistleblowers, who were like talking to the government, talking to regulatory agencies about things they had seen, like in the places where they make the planes. Like they worked on overseeing the construction of the plane.
I think I saw something about this on John Oliver.
Yeah.
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 The planes are all falling apart. People are dying and whatnot.
Yeah, it's been a very rough time for.
They bought their ticket.
Yeah, that is true. So a door hatch flew off a Boeing 737 during a Alaskan Airlines flight that was in January.
Yeah.
There's been a handful of other incidents. And these people had filed a complaint with the FAA and said that they were scapegoated the company trying to keep the production issues, secret because these people had been fired. Well, one of them, about a month ago, unalived himself.
The one of the people that got fired?
Yeah.
Mm.
And was talking to the government.
And he was actually in town, I think it was in Charleston, to meet with them that day, like to meet with the FAA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And he killed himself?
Yes.
Well.
Come on. Yeah.
Oh. That's what we're saying?
Well, so at the time I was like,
Was it
okay.
Epstein?
At the time I was thinking possibly the fact that you're like about to have to testify against a massive, massive, massive company, one of the, I would imagine, biggest in the world. Maybe just that pressure and people making threats, veiled threats of like, hey, I don't know if I'd go through with this. You love your family and everything. Maybe that is enough stress to just think, I'm out.
Do you think it's stress and pressure to have to testify against a company that you once worked for? I mean, is that possible?
It is possible. I can't speak to it.
Okay.
But if so, then I think that guy's a huge pussy because we lived through it.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
You just vomit a couple times, you get over it.
Yeah.
Got it done.
Kick him while he's down. Or dead.
He's dead.
I know.
It's the inverse of the saying nice things about somebody. It's not like they can do anything about it.
Yeah.
So, that guy is, like I said, a month and a half ago, he died by suicide. I believe he was found in a car. Well, now a former quality auditor at something called Spirit Aerosystems, which had done some work with Boeing, 45-year-old Joshua Dean died Tuesday morning from a fast-growing infection. He had reportedly been in good health until about 2 weeks ago when he was admitted to the hospital. And he had like a bunch of,
What's the allegation here? What are we saying?
Well, he was also a whistleblower.
So kind of something, little chemical warfare?
I mean, people in Russia, they don't all fall out of buildings and windows.
Yeah, didn't they?
It's like poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, like somebody will just give you a pinprick or something walking
You
through
don't
the
even know.
airport or something
Yeah.
like that. Didn't that happen to like Putin's whatever, brother, uncle, something like that?
I think you're right. And I
Yeah.
think also they might have tried that with one of Kim Jong-un.
Maybe that's who I'm thinking.
Relatives. But it does happen in those type of places.
Yeah.
You could even just be regular antique poisoned where someone puts something in your drink.
So the thought is that possibly even big business is doing that here.
Big boing.
Big Boeing.
Big boing.
Big Boeing.
Yeah.
So I think
they're killing people.
They did a deal with Spirit Airlines.
Allegedly. Yeah, I don't
Yeah, we don't want to get ourselves in any sort of.
I don't want to go to court. That sounds like it would suck.
Yeah.
Too soon?
No, I just had a flashback. So earlier this year, there was the guy who's now dead from poison, or not, talked to the Wall Street Journal and said, "It is known at Spirit that if you make too much noise and cause too much trouble, you will be moved." And Delta and Spirit, I suppose, had this joint agreement to deliver a certain number of aircraft by a certain time, so they were cutting corners. And that's why and this guy, who was technically a Spirit employee, also went to the FAA. And now he gone. He dead.
So those airlines were trying to move the aircrafts quickly, like they were being made quickly by Boeing, and that's why shit was falling apart.
That's what people are saying.
Okay, and then
And there was also some story about I don't know if it was anonymous or on the record, but a bunch of people who worked for Boeing were asked, "Would you get on one of these planes?" And it was like 7 out of 10 said no.
Oh, no.
Right. Did this all happen? Is it because, did they go public?
yeah,
Something
why
like
would
that?
they have to be moving planes quickly? I mean, it's all about money, right? I guess.
Oh, at some point, I can't remember that. Like I said, I saw a story on this on This Week Tonight or whatever that's called. That Boeing used to be like the top dog, and those were the best safety, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then I can't remember.
But it
Is
says-
it that they went public
it
and now
says here
they're
that-
beholden to the stock price more than just quality, and just making money is not good enough. You need to make the absolute, most money.
Yeah, I don't know when they went public. I believe they've been public for quite some time, but there's a Time magazine article from late last year that said that a shareholder group in Boeing had filed a lawsuit accusing the manufacturer of covering up production flaws. So, if you own a part of the company and you're like, you guys are making really bad planes, this could really, because every time one of these stories comes out, their stock price tanks.
Yeah.
Whether it's a door flying off or whatever the case is, you look at the market the next day and it tanks. I guess it comes back, but it ain't
Yeah,
good.
I look at a door falling off as a buying opportunity, Blake.
You two financial
Up
wizards.
9% today. I don't know why.
Oh,
Boeing?
geez.
Yeah.
Really? After the news of the whistleblower?
That's weird. Seems fishy.
Well, they got rid of him.
I guess that's true. So I was unaware of this, despite the fact that this story emanates from my hometown, North Richland Hills. There is an 80,000 square foot recording and rehearsal facility in North Richland Hills. About 150 bands practice there. The largest recording studio in the United States by square footage. And it is where the jail used to be. It's part of a larger complex called Platinum Music Complex, which basically took over a handful of years ago. I don't remember, maybe 5 to 7 years ago. North Richland Hills moved all of their stuff to a better location. So they moved City Hall. They moved where you go get your, everything, administration stuff, the police station, and the jail were all in this one big sprawling complex. So they moved the whole thing to a newer place, and now they have this a company called Platinum Music bought it, and they kept intact some of the jail parts, so you can go shoot TV spots or movies or lawyer commercials or whatever there. And bands also
Maybe have William Pace there to raise money for muscular. Yeah.
Y'all could do a show there.
Honestly, it's the first thing I thought about whenever I saw this story. I mean, I've been there.
You've been to that jail?
Overnight?
Before it was remodeled?
No, actually, I haven't been to that one.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that. It's on you got it on YouTube now, but it looks pretty badass.
Oh, wow.
Is this where the future Janitors of America played?
No, we played at the rec center, the old rec center.
Is 80,000 square feet too big for us, Video Man? We'll scale.
Oh, yeah.
Stop saying we'll scale.
It was Business Wednesday yesterday, and I got all this business stuff in my head.
Scale this thing.
Yeah, we're going to scale up.
Yeah.
However, the one story I do have that ties into this is when I was in a band. This is probably more like first year of college, maybe senior year of high school. There are like 5 people listening who will remember this. There was a place in Arlington over by Baby Dolls. So not exactly like the nicest part of town. It was called Dreamland. And it was basically like an old, I don't even know what it was. It was like a massive warehouse that they had constructed little recording booths in. And you could rent to have time to practice there or to record there. And it was so beaten down and so run down. And then like half of the warehouse was an actual concert like venue. and they would have they had a stage, and then they had the floor on that half dirt.
Literal dirt.
Yeah, they would rake it, but it was not it was not paved.
Mm-hmm.
And so you would have to, and everybody who worked there was shady and high and drunk, and you're like, I'm 17, this is really weird. And I saw a guy kill a snake in a recording studio there one time, like a big snake.
Yikes.
It was so they would never pay you, ever. It was a really weird vibe because we were kind of like pop punkish. We weren't like death metal or anything. But as you can imagine, it being Arlington, that's the type of people it attracted. And I remember the first time we ever went to play there, we had a show there. The people who were playing before us, they all had suits on, white, like Reservoir Dog style suits. They were covered in blood, and they had hung stuffed animals up to the lights all across the front of the stage, covered them in blood, and put like knives to them.
Yikes.
And my parents did come to that show.
Did they like it?
I think they were just happy at that. It was like my big gym. They're like, my son's in a band. This is terrible. And they saw that, and they were like, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
And the song's about
next to that.
your girlfriend broke up with you.
Yeah.
And then our final story.
Do you have any of that
You're
music?
a big Jim. I get it now.
Don't you think we need to evaluate that?
I promise you that my parents have at least one, because we might have, you know how.
Like, are you singing on it?
No. That's why you don't want it. I would sing backup at shows, but whenever we actually did the tracking of the record, I guess you would say, we would just have our singer track his own harmonies. So it's like, why get a shitty singer on here if we could just have the good guy sing all three of them?
Okay.
And he was awesome. You know him. It was Brevig.
Oh, nice. He's a good singer, huh?
Dude, voice of a generation.
Like Jim Neighbors, like Gomer Pyle.
Yeah, he was great. He was in
any video. There certainly has to be video from the guy
there
who
was some
videoing
video
himself.
in the Jackass video we did that we showed before Jackass 4 or whatever. So
I just need a touche for today. I need to come back
yeah,
for something next
now it's
week.
your turn.
Oh, yeah. I'll give it
I
to
knew
you.
that's what you were working on.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just like, boy, this guy's interested in my life.
He's a true friend. He's digging deep. We're really connecting here. Dan just wants something to throw back.
And our final story, Dave and Buster's is in the news, as they will now be offering a new level of gaming, as you can make $5 wagers on Hot Shot Basketball, a bet on skee-ball competition, or another arcade game. So they will, through their app.
So I could bet on watching you play Papa Shot or whatever?
Yeah, I would be like minus 200.
Take the under.
Okay.
You're bad at Papa Shot?
Nobody's really good at it except I've seen people who are good at basketball.
Except Kenny Lofton.
It's not basketball.
Yeah.
I
No,
once
it's
saw
not
Kenny
basketball,
Lofton.
but-
You did?
He would. Number one, he was a college basketball player.
I heard about that. Does he hoop anymore at all?
But he would throw it like 100 miles an hour with a little spin on it right at the bottom, and it would just drop right in. And he would just pick him up and just do that and over and over and over. I mean, he would beat like your best scorer by like 50 or 100.
Yeah,
like, it was
because
amazing.
he's also getting more volume by playing that fast.
Yeah. No, it was incredible.
Yeah. You got to figure it out. You can't just try to play regular basketball. You know.
The greatest
There's a secret
Papa
to
Shot
it.
player I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to be in the building when he was doing it. Huge crowd. He was in Cleveland, and he was a big deal.
Yeah, so I guess he would be minus 200. I would be plus 200, right?
If you were playing against.
No, I'm saying
Just whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Plus is
Yeah.
bad,
Yeah,
right?
Said that backwards. So, anyways, now when you're at Dave & Buster's, you can download the Dave & Buster's app, and you can make bets.
Is this a good idea, do you think?
Well, I don't know that any of it
Like
is a
being
great
able
idea.
to gamble on all this stuff.
So you're betting, you're using the app, and then that app like pays you out or whatever?
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
Okay. Because basically, I mean, you can do that with your friends.
How much
you don't
extra
need an
money on
app.
Dave & Buster cards do you have? Like, have you wasted over
Is that an Always Sunny bit?
Is it?
I think.
Like, because you go home and you still have $2 on it, right?
Yeah.
And you got a bunch of those.
And you're like, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. Next time I go to Dave & Buster's, bring your card.
You know, I never really spent a ton of time there.
I didn't either.
They were not, I mean, at least in Tarrant County, that was not, we had other places like that.
Yeah.
But-
Gaddytown?
What's it called?
Gaddytown? Did you ever hit up Gaddytown? It was
like
Mr.
on
Gaddy's,
183?
I don't know. They were all over
No.
back in the day.
I definitely spent a lot of time at Mr. Gaddy's, but I
Yeah.
never went to Gaddytown. They had games?
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
Boy, in Garland, we had Nickel Rama.
We had Nickelmania.
Nickel, Rama, or Mania. One of them's still there. It's
Yes.
very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kidzania.
See, Dan, you would pay a nickel.
Kidzania's fun.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And you would
play
a game. And
It was kind of like Mania. It was so fun.
we had that, and we had one. These are just simple arcades, though. Dave & Buster's has a lot more stuff to work with. We had one called Tornado Terry's. And it's funny that we bring that up today because the owner of Tornado Terry's, the first thing that I saw when I saw Big Jim was that's Tornado Terry.
Oh.
That's what he looks like?
Huge. Huge. And just lording over the arcade.
And he created an arcade and named it after himself.
You know what? I might try to see if I can work in a little Chuck E. Cheese this weekend. It's fun.
I'm having my daughter's birthday party there.
Nice.
In June. And I feel like I might be.
Would you invite Jake?
Yeah, you want to come?
Just
It's-
Jake, not his kid.
Or no, it's May. That's where I was thinking of the wrong kid. It's May 20. It's May 25th.
What a terrible parent.
Yeah. I feel like it's vintage, and the other moms are like laughing at me because everyone else pays like $1 million to have like very fancy parties these
Bounce
days.
house.
And I was like, let's go Chuck E. Cheese.
It's awesome.
It's so awesome.
And you can buy beer there now?
Yeah.
Or is it
and
BYOB?
wine.
You definitely used to be able to buy beer there.
Okay.
Because
You can buy wine and beer.
She knows.
Yeah. Don't worry.
I remember there was a night where a buddy of mine and each of our...
They also have gluten-free pizza.
Oh, I forgot you have to eat that. I've tried it a couple times recently. And
All their pizzas taste like it's gluten-free.
No, their pizza's...
Like a piece of cardboard.
Their pizza's great.
Yeah, they've upgraded, Dan.
Really?
Yeah.
It's always been great, so if they upgraded, now it's Michelin. It was always like...
Jake would go there by himself with no kid.
I have done that.
Yeah.
If you can...
Just to go in the ball pit.
All right, there's your news.
I was just checking my odds.
Like
Dave & Buster's?
No.
Mavs.
I couldn't remember if I did. Because I think you got in on the Mavs, right?
Yeah.
I am not. I'm just still on Luka.
I have to pull mine up.
The Mavs are plus 1,200 right now.
It might have been 2,000.
1, 2, 3, 4. They're the fifth best odds to win it all.
Wow. All right.
Does Dan have a problem?
I just like looking at it and looking for value.
You just
It's
did a
not like I'm
story on
betting every day.
gambling, And then you just like,
What are
odds.
the odds?
What are my odds?
If he wins, though, think how much you guys could scale.
Oh my gosh. I love scale talk.
Right?
So today is, you know what I never did? Maybe put this in the show notes. We'll have to do viewer mail birthdays right here. Here on Thursday, May 2nd, if you don't mind, Blake. I've only got a few today. We have Dan, it is my mature Kobe Bryant birthday.
24?
The two teenage girls in Jake's phone are my leaders, along with Pop Warner, with what Pop Warner invented, because you mock it. And Mom, I Want a Vape, from Jason Metzler. Uncle Hotmail, in the interest of making Jake unhappy on multiple fronts, I will wish my son a happy Marcus Semien birthday today.
Don't ask me.
From Ryan Blue. Now, he did not give the name of his son, though. So he must be a 2-year-old kid that he just wants to make Jake mad. Look how pissed Jake
is. Baseball the sport where you're least likely to know the player's number?
Unless it's the New York Yankees, because that was the order. That was them in the batting order. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, really?
Like Babe Ruth's number is 3 because he batted third.
Huh.
Lou Gehrig's number is 4 because he batted fourth. So they were the first team ever to have numbers.
Oh.
Keep it simple.
They just
Yeah, I like that.
That was how they had 1 through
Why
9.
complicate things.
All right.
And hey, Dumb Zone. I've shared a video audio clip. I actually gave you a picture. From when my wife turned 30 on... okay, we read this on the ticket. She threw up the X at the Cowboy Stadium in her wedding dress.
That's so badass.
Here's a current day photo of her. She just completed her MBA. Will also raise 2 girls, Evelyn and Olivia.
Good names.
I apologize for all the extra clothing. She was sad to recently hear that Dutch is dead. That was her favorite Tier 1 host.
Well, tell me, we were almost out of time.
We got that in the can.
It fit.
Nice.
I'm working on selling her on the idea of hosting the Dumb Zone near Jake's hometown. We're in Benbrook. That's from Ben Haas. So he sent a picture of her. He sent a clip. She's thrown up the X. He says great things about her. She's raised 2 girls. She's got an MBA, whatever the hell that is, and didn't give her name. So if you're married to Ben Haas, he seems to like you a lot, but he just knows you as his wife. You do not exist as far as...
Ben better just hope that 2 people don't reach out to you and say...
Yeah, what if 2 people? Anyway, elsewhere, on this day in 1863, during the Civil War, Confederate General.
Sorry, Julie's going hoodie and Sinbad blanket.
Yeah.
What is with...
Tried to warn you.
I know.
She's very cold.
Sorry, Civil War.
It's okay.
General Thomas Stonewall Jackson, accidentally wounded by his own men in Virginia. He died 8 days later. So he was kind of the original...
Pat Tillman.
The original Pat Tillman. On this day in 1939, speaking of Lou Gehrig, he was hitting just 143 over 8 games. He went to manager Joe McCarthy, said for the good of the game, he's taking himself out of the lineup. So his 2,130-game streak ended. A streak that will never be broken. No one will ever play that many games in a row again.
He's going to try and...
What is that? Is that my computer? Oh, sorry.
I'm just keeping it exciting around here. It's fine.
On this day in 2011, Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden, who was killed hours earlier in a raid by elite American forces at his Pakistan compound, was buried at sea. Do you think that was weird? When it happened? Like,
I don't remember that.
did they do that for some kind of a religious thing? Like,
that's what I remember hearing at the time.
Yeah.
But of course, that immediately got into the conspiracy theories.
Did they really get him?
Do you want to try to play this?
If they didn't get him,
Rob. John Cena.
What's John Cena got?
So do you all?
Where they found out?
We got him?
How weird.
You also know that one of the first tweets, I believe maybe the first tweet about the death of Osama bin Laden was issued by The Rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wrote the day of. Just got word that will shock the world. Land of the free, home of the brave. Damn proud to be an American. On the day of. And he said, when asked about it, I have my sources.
Just got like he's got intelligence.
Yeah, how did he get it before everyone else?
I'm going to tell you exactly how. Because Rock's done a bunch of USO tours and hung out with a bunch of super badass Green Berets and Navy SEALs and every type of elite special forces. And they get to know him a little bit, and he gets to know them a little bit. And before they tell their mom, they're like, shit, I got to tell The Rock. That's exactly what happened.
That's a great call.
He's done everything. He's a true Renaissance man.
Breaking news.
On this day in 2018, the Boy Scouts of America announced that they would now be called BSA. Scouts BSA. They changed their official name.
Uh-huh.
Because they were about to let girls be Boy Scouts.
Or Girl Scouts?
Nope.
Girls were Boy Scouts?
No, girls could now be in Scouts BSA.
Yeah.
Well, that's still not enough. We can't.
Heavy reaction tonight to what Robert Gates, head of the Boy Scouts of America, had to say about the policy. Mary, I wish they'd stuck to their principles. It is, after all, a private organization. Because they caved to outside pressure, I don't respect them as much as I previously did. Paul, it's the Boy Scouts, not the gay boys.
The enormous amount of respect I had 2 days ago. It was off the charts.
Yeah, now
But now, not as much.
Dented at best.
And, yeah. Today's birthdays include our good friend Justin Monty Montemayor.
The great.
Monty, how do you think he celebrates his birthday?
His big old self. Probably with
pool.
Yeah.
Little Kevin James comedy. Probably calls Blake.
Yeah.
They can watch a video together. There, you start it now. 3, 2, 1. They start the comedy special at the same time.
I got a thing to go to tonight, and he's actually just going to hang out with me. Make me look thin.
He's going to be your trainer.
He's going to be my big gym.
Yeah.
I subscribe to the Dan McDowell diet plan.
He makes me look agile.
Damn. Yeah.
Let's see. Former Ranger Neftali Feliz is 36.
Oh.
What a great moment.
Former Ranger Jared Saltalamacchia is 39.
Married his high school gym teacher.
Oh.
That is actually more interesting than what I was just thinking.
Were you going to say his name goes all the way around his jersey and almost touches?
That is not as interesting as what I was just thinking.
It's the first walk-off on in opening day history for Texas Rangers.
Also not as interesting, I bet.
Fun facts. Who's going to win?
My thing was, I'm just realizing that these guys have a birthday, and they were both in the same trade. They were both in the Teixeira trade.
Oh, that's... I'll take Julie's.
Is it
You want Julie? Julie's is more interesting?
Is it Matt Harrison's
I
birthday,
vote
too?
on Jake's.
It's also Matt Harrison's birthday. Yes, everybody they traded for was born on this day. Where does the opening day home run rank? I feel like I got to get you better than
just
that.
a walk-off. Not a home run, just single? I don't know.
That's got to be way
outta
down
here,
here.
dude.
Yeah.
It was a big moment.
I got the third best note.
Yeah, mine was the worst.
Quick little note off. I like it.
Brian Cardinal, 47.
Didn't he get the yips, too?
Which one,
Saltalamacchia?
Salty or Brian Cardinal?
I'm pretty...
Saltalamacchia. When he was in Boston, he couldn't throw it back to the pitcher, right?
That sounds right. Yeah, I think you're right. I know one of... was it him or Taylor Teagarden?
But he could still throw to second on a dime, so he would every time he would throw down to second.
They would have to
catch.
They really needed catcher, so let's
It's
just
just
work
like,
around
good
it.
God, man, again?
Former Dallas star Brad Richards, 44.
Good dude.
Did you know him at all?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I liked him.
I did.
Ralph lived with him.
He did for a
Turtle
while.
Creek.
Yeah.
That's where he lived.
You know what he hated?
Who?
Tucking in his shirt.
Yeah. What if I could untuck this shirt?
Isn't that his company, Untuck It?
I don't know.
He was definitely a part of it.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a crazy laugh, too.
Dude, kind of big teeth.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry, Brad.
I mean, y'all can talk about girls that way, so why can't I say that?
I would never say anything. I don't judge women based on their appearance.
Okay.
I think it's more just that he's a dear friend of yours, and now you're... What do you think about dudes getting fake
I didn't
teeth?
say he's a dear friend.
What would you think if Dan and I, if this thing really takes off, we take like a week off and
You
we
want
both
some
come
big
back-
ass veneers?
They don't have to
That's how
be
you spend your
big.
money.
Dude, because now...
Dude, I was just at I was with Dr. Titensore yesterday telling him I want him. I go, now that we're on video, because he was asking what we're doing.
You're getting all self-conscious about your
Might want to
teeth?
do a little
I always
advertising.
have been. And I had braces as a kid, but my top ones are fine, but my bottom ones are not. And so...
Yeah, mine are just, I would
This
love
is
to get
fun.
new teeth.
Seeing y'all transition into video people, and like now you have to worry about all the stuff. This is great. We can work through this together. I'll tell you what matters and what doesn't. Don't worry about your bottom teeth.
Are you going to help me find my...
What's each tooth cost?
Like
like $1,000 a tooth?
No.
Yeah.
That much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Something like,
veneers?
yeah. It's like 20 grand.
I got a deal for $250 at Tooth. I wonder if I could still get that deal and get you all that deal.
So you've looked into this?
Yeah, well, I have 6 veneers up top that have been there forever, and they actually need to be replaced.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're up here where I can see them?
Yeah. These
Just for cosmetic reasons?
Yeah, what happened?
you
You have little chiclet teeth? Or
You get
what?
hit with a puck?
None of the above. Anybody else?
Was it...
Oh, meth. Was it that meth thing, right?
Was it
I
related
did have a phase, yeah.
Was it
my
related
sophomore year of high school.
to disease?
No, it's not a cancer thing.
Was it bulimia? Because that'll rot your teeth, right?
No,
Or puke over
it wasn't bulimia. It was just when I was younger, growing up in Dallas, apparently there was a lot of fluoride in the water, and my parents told me to swish with fluoride every night, and I got over-fluoridated, and I got spots on my teeth.
Yep.
And I was interested in being a kid actor. I know you make fun of kid actors. And so my mom was kind enough to help me get new teeth. Like when I was, I don't know, I wasn't super young, maybe high school. And so I've had them for a long time. I had them replaced in college, and now I need them replaced again. My teeth were kind of chipping and spotty. They were getting gross.
I know a bunch of people that I didn't know before. I know that they have them now. And if you watch television, it's like half the dudes on TV. It's every actor.
Oh, yeah.
Like Michael Bay, I think, made... It's either Michael Bay or one of his early movies. Somebody made Ben Affleck do it to get a part.
Made him get veneers?
Yeah, because his teeth were...
I mean, if you were super rich, I don't know why you wouldn't have them. If you could have perfect teeth. And
well, because it would only work if people didn't know what they looked like before. I mean, I guess it would still work, but...
Yeah.
Like, if we did it, we would get a lot of shit for it.
Well...
But at least I wouldn't hate myself when I look in the
But
mirror.
I'm glad you're talking about it now, because we can now we can handle that S.
Yeah.
Because we're throwing it out there.
Yeah. Get your shots in now.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
Yeah, just do it. We can all do it together.
That's our goal.
I'll do it with you. I mean...
To
I'll
make
do it
enough
with
bank
you
to do that.
As just a guest person on the show, but we can all be veneer buddies.
But since we don't really have the money now, could we just get one tooth like every couple months?
Yeah.
As the business grows.
So I got
phases.
One. Yeah.
And then you go, you see your friends, and they can see you've got like 5, and you're like, business is good, eh?
I like that.
They've got more teeth.
Ooh.
Oh, guys. Oh, man.
Tough month. That one's falling out. Has to be subs.
I love it.
Okay, you said that you were in a commercial when you're...
Oh, gosh.
I have an old commercial, but I can't find it.
The AOL commercial.
Julie has been on a TV commercial, Radio Man.
I remember.
So have y'all. I saw it.
We have?
I don't know if it was on TV, but I saw y'all's commercial. Good job.
Oh, the YouTube thing?
Yeah. Good job.
We're open.
You're superstars.
4.
Business.
Y'all are cute. So cute.
Yeah, damn.
Oh, don't say that.
So big time.
We'll have to find that for your next appearance.
Instead of that, we could put the Julie, Mino, Abby, and Brittany photo on the screen.
Can we publicize
The one
that?
that we could never use.
Can I use it?
It's not my choice, Chief.
Oh my God. We never used it, right?
We never used it.
I vetoed it. Is that why?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but you
In
were
the
not,
end, you vetoed it.
Yeah, but you were lobbied.
To veto it?
Yeah.
You thought it would hurt your career, and I disagree.
Yeah. Look how that turned out.
Yeah, look, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Might as well throw a Hail Mary now.
I don't care. You can show my Abby and Brittany thing. Does Mino care?
Can you send it to Video Man real quick?
Yeah, for sure. I thought I saw you tapping around over there.
No, I didn't find it. I'll continue birthdays. The Rock is 52.
Oh, wow.
If you smell...
We're just talking about him. Happy birthday, Rock.
Rock.
Mr. Rock.
Jumanji. He's got so many great films, and this is what you go with?
That's not a bad film.
I know that you're lying because Kevin Hart's in it.
Actually, that's the surprising thing. No, I saw it with my kids. I feel like I like it.
This isn't even the real Jumanji. That's Welcome to the Jungle.
All right,
real
Pat
Jumanji had
McAfee is
Kirsten
37.
Dunst.
Does this camera follow me or no? Because I was thinking, what if I did the whole show standing up? Can we ever do
Oh, you need a tank top.
Yeah.
Or
You
wait,
need one of
no,
those.
this thing won't
You need a
work,
robot
right?
camera.
Yeah, also the camera.
The camera.
Don't
Not gonna
break
go.
it.
Yeah, I'll break it.
Save the money for your teeth.
All right, thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, I think the Mavs. Hey. And then Blake, who are you? What's the other guy?
I
sitting
don't
next to
know. I could be
Mc-
AJ Hawk,
Yeah,
I
you're
guess.
AJ Hawk.
McLovin.
Just staring.
Just smoking a cigar. At home.
It seems like it'd be tiring standing up. I mean, I'm spent. David Beckham is 49.
He's a hot.
For sure.
Tell me when you get the Julie picture so we
I'm
can
trying,
set it up.
man, but dude, this is on the phone.
Oh, I thought you sent it to Rob.
I'm trying to find it.
Oh my god.
We might not have it, but we'll see.
I got it somewhere.
I know we have it somewhere.
You'll find it eventually.
we have it.
Y'all do a show every day.
Then we'll tweet it so that Brad Townsend can retweet it.
One day she's crying, now she's conjoined with an ex-coworker.
I can't remember what year we did it. That's the problem.
No, I got it right here.
Do you?
Oh no.
There's like 10 of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the one.
We should go through all
These are the
photos
the
someday.
before. So I'm trying to find the good one. It's tough to do all this on the fly.
Yeah.
I guess you couldn't do it, could you, Blake? Paul George.
I don't have the pictures.
You have access to the Dropbox.
It's not in there. I've been
Yes, it is. Search Abby.
ABBY?
Yeah.
Not working for me.
Yeah, not me either.
Oh.
Take it back. Say sorry.
I will not, because I've just found it in the Dropbox.
What month? What folder?
Yeah,
Give us something.
I don't know.
I've looked through every picture in the Dropbox.
You need to be able to pull it out of your ass the second that Dan wants it, Blake.
See? She understands
Right out of
me.
your ass.
She knows. Paul George is
man.
34. He's on the Clippers. Roy Hinson is 63.
Boo.
He was a childhood hero of mine. They traded him for the number 1 overall pick in the draft, which turned into Brad Doherty. The Cavs did, by the way. Actor Kumail Nanjiani is 46. Is that the guy from Silicon Valley?
Mm-hmm.
I just watched episode 1 the other day because my wife's never seen it.
Oh, you're going to rewatch?
Yeah, I think it's fun.
It is. I do think the end, whenever, probably, I guess for good reason, I don't know, when T.J. Miller got run, it had a bit of a drop-off. As we all feverishly look for a stupid picture.
No, I got it. I'm going to have it, and then I'm going to tell you guys where it is in the Dropbox.
Oh, we got it.
Well, we have it.
We have it.
Oh, maybe I don't.
Oh!
Such a tease.
This is unbelievable.
It'll be okay. No one needs to see it in the end.
I literally saw it like a month ago. So I don't know what sort of monkey business is going on with this Dropbox, but we had it.
You'll get it next time.
Where was I? Oh, Ellie Kemper is 44.
The Office.
That is correct.
The Office.
See, I'm looking at the picture right now.
Do you need me to help you?
Yeah.
Since you're working?
You want, look. It says photo in apps. There's the picture, but then I can't find it. Okay, I'll just send that. Can I just send it to your phone? Huh? Jesus Christ.
Y'all drives and truck boxes and folders.
How do you expect me to get... I don't know. Email it to yourself.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you just get up real quick and put it in front of the camera on your computer?
Want me to do that?
Yeah.
That would work.
It will work. I mean, trust me, you'll get the effect all the same.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the photo we made for our calendar one year.
that never made it.
That we never put on the calendar because Julie thought this would be bad for her career.
I was just embarrassed.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You've never seen that one?
That's disgusting.
Wait, it's me and me?
Yeah, we have a ton of them. We have.
Yeah,
you
what
and
do you
Mino.
think?
I thought it was me and Mino.
No. We had one with Mino and Mino, and then we have one with you.
Yeah, I made the right decision not letting that go on a calendar. I think this is the perfect moment for this picture to debut.
I just
all
imagine-
these years later, after I was fired from something called The Freak, sitting here on something called The Dumb Zone.
That's right.
That's when this picture needed to debut.
That's a Hail Mary to save your career right now.
It just all makes sense in this moment. It didn't make sense then.
That was definitely me and Dan's idea, and then we got you guys to do it because in my head it was just so funny to imagine somebody sitting in an insurance office. And when May rolled around, they just had very confusing.
Someone walks up to talk about a deal, and my double head's there on their in their cube.
The guy's like, no, it's like Abby and Brittany. That was a funny scenario to me.
Okay, Born on This Day Now Dead, Big Boss Man.
Ooh.
Dr. Benjamin Spock, who used to do this, right?
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
No, Dr. Benjamin Spock is the baby doctor. That used to be a big book. Nobody knows that?
Is it like
Dr. Spock?
Familiar now, yep.
Child raising
It's not
something?
anymore, no.
Yeah.
Now
everybody just raises their kid by Instagram.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
I get one
now we just
more-
look on Instagram for
I
parenting
get
tips.
one more Spectrum parent today.
Has Kristen started just sending you stuff yet?
It's every day. I'm like, I'm never going to remember all this. It's like 10 tips per day.
Yeah, yep. How to talk to your kids.
Yeah, get on
Don't
their
yell
level.
at them. Yep.
Like, why don't you come do this, bitch? Internet lady. So easy for you.
And Born, we have Ted Dabney. He's the co-founder of Atari. He invented Pong.
Okay.
He's dead now, though.
Atari, did you say Dabney? Atari was
Dabney.
invented by an American?
He says co-founder of Atari, so yeah, the word Atari makes you think of non-American.
Yeah,
perhaps.
like Nintendo was obviously founded in Japan.
Died on this day, still dead. Leonardo da Vinci. Do you know that Da Vinci actually saw the Beatles break up?
You're thinking of a different guy.
Oh, that's right. He died in 1519.
He got so excited. He got so excited too. You were excited about that fun fact.
No, we always say that about Picasso. Do you know Picasso?
Yeah.
Like,
we assumed he was around in like the 16th, 17th.
yeah,
I
when you
don't
say
get
the
any of
word
it either.
Picasso, I'm like, 1400s?
Yeah.
When was he? No, he saw The Godfather, like in the theater.
Okay, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's a little bit mind
Well,
blowing.
yeah, I mean, it had to have been in the theater because
When else?
they wouldn't have released
on the cave wall. He saw the guy. Right, I guess that's a bad point. 'Cause had he seen it on video, he would have been even older. So if I said
In the
video.
theater.
Yeah, he saw it on Amazon Prime.
Cavemen with like doing shadow puppets.
Also died on this day, Osama bin Laden, Junior Seau.
Ooh.
Suey?
Yeah.
Got his brain studied.
And
They're like, what, did this guy play football or something?
yeah. Died on this day, not Jake Kemp. Jack Kemp, who is an NFL quarterback.
The second
I've
most
heard of him.
famous person that my neighbor played in the NFL with.
Oh, the neighbor that played with OJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Have you gotten some good OJ stories?
I was telling these guys the other day when he
sorry.
died. No, I remember talking to him about it, and I was fascinated by it, as everybody was. I was like 15, 16, and he was like, "Great teammate. He was always nice to me."
You're like, what?
Like the classic. He didn't cut my head off.
And that was Today in History.
Pretty long show today, Julie.
It was. We did it.
We did do it. Do you have any closing remarks?
You want to?
No.
You have like a LinkedIn you want to promote, or
Hire me for something.
Yeah.
Anything. No, just the mom game.
don't say anything.
Just the mom game.
We have a.
That's all.
I got excited when you said that. Don't say the.
What?
I don't know.
Don't say hire me for anything in front of our audience.
Oh yeah, don't. Well, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not saying I would. Yeah, just find Emily and I on the mom game. We're there every week, and other than that, no closing remarks. Besides, it's been really fun to sit here with you guys. I'm proud of what y'all are doing, and then whatever William Pace said to end the show.
Yeah, do we end with Brunig, or do we now transition to William Pace for the video show?
That's it for us today. We got to go before this becomes a zoo. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.